all my inner standing and just rising, to be quite honest, brother, with all your good brothers and sisters. And yeah, it's nice to know the truth of the world and to know who we are and where we come from, knowing that we're part of Mother and Father, and that I'm ever so grateful for and have such gratitude for. And I'd like to thank you also, BC, because you're giving me and many others an opportunity to grow in our knowledge of who we are and where we come from. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all help me. We grow together. Man, I was running around here years ago crying. Man, do anybody love the Lord? Is there anybody out there that just, I don't say that no more. I came and I met y'all. Y'all are some deep souls, man. I'm glad to be around. So I just want to
Yes,
say the foot goes on the shoe the other way around too. I learned also.
yes, I don't think we'll ever stop learning. It's just nice to be with, it's nice to be actually iron sharpening iron, in all
Amen.
honesty, BC. I mean, it seems few and far between in the personal surroundings, but everything's got its time and place, I'm starting to understand.
I agree. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just wasting some time till the other lionesses get up here, like Elizabeth De Los Santos, Kathy Calabaro, um, Juanita Johnson. Brandy. Brandy, you get a slide because my wife got the other phone, and that's where I got your number. So I put and posted. If you want to come on, it's on my BC page. I posted it for you. I even put your name up there because I was like, oh, I forgot about Brandy. And my wife had to go somewhere, and I had to go somewhere else with the children. And so I don't got your number in this phone right here, the collectible items. But I posted it up there where you can come on in, or anybody else, any other female, because this is about the lionesses. We gotta give them the more of the platform. Men, you better watch out. I've been saying that, man. The lionesses, they ain't holding no hold bars. As you can see, I'm out and about. I told y'all I was going. My daughter got invited to some party, some type of jumping thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, I'm gonna post out here, and whoever gonna hear the word of whatever the lionesses bring or whatever I'm gonna be doing out here. Nothing new, nothing new. They know Brother BC around here in Polk County, Florida. I'm not new, but I was just had to catch my dear sister Sherry. I always hit the live button because it's better when you're free flowing and don't know what's going on, rather than, hey, you're live. And now we're gonna try to articulate our words. You know what I'm saying? So you know me, I'm gonna get on and just be me. I ain't gonna try to hide nothing. So, Jerry, yep, there go another one. It's on my page. I put it. If nobody else didn't post nothing, it should be the first one on the BC page on Facebook. Jerry, you another one. Come on in. Matter of fact, I can text you. Yeah, you get to see me do it live. I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna make sure you get the double portion. Sometimes you be having trouble too, just to get on, man. Y'all be amazed at what people go through just to speak 30 seconds of the Most High, man. It'd be crazy, man. I send it to you, Jerry. All right, you got it. Make sure any other women. Anybody else, Sherry, you think anybody else, boy, Parker, I'm glad to see my bro up in the joint. Oh, man, I hope I don't mess this up. Now, Kendris Wyatt, Braka. Happy Shabbat. It's about to end. Let me see, let me take my little phone over here and just step on out. Yo, some, crazy kids was out here. I just pulled up to the set. And it was getting crazy out here, and I was like, my wife was like, "Oh boy," I'm like, "No, no, boy." And look, but we already discussed the matter. Now it's all calm. Now the boys in blue, they always late, ain't they, man? I know it, man. That's why the Lord told us to run our own salvation with trembling fear and take care of our own communities, men, brothers. So, there's a lot of people. Marcus, Grocer, Sukra, Yarwood, Raka. And that's how we do it here. Yeah. It's a classic weekend, you know. I don't know if I caught him right. That's the old classic. Jay, you come on up here too. Sherry, you got anything else you want to say?
What do you think? I just pop out and I'll tag a few people and then I'll come back in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Be back shortly.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
So y'all, we're not gonna make this about me. All right. I know that these ladies are coming. You know? I talked to them, and I know that certain people. You see it going crazy, y'all. YouTube, you get to see the effects today. Facebook knows about this already, but my light lights up the light of the solar system. You know. The blue screen, that's what we call it. Blue screen, and at nighttime, it's green screen. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Huh?
Am I in?
Baraka, Melanie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Okay, I'm good. I can stop running my mouth now. Okay. The women is going to take control now.
On the spot. Okay.
Sherry going to be back. She said she went to go share the link. And, I was just, messing around, showing YouTube. Facebook, you know, y'all used to it, but YouTube.
Doing the same thing, busting them things apart. Like, I'm out there in 5 seconds, it's like being busted all apart. Like, what? It's crazy. Wow.
Well, Melanie, you started all this. I hit Elizabeth up, Juanita, everybody gonna come on in. So, it's not a special title. It's just that whatever the Holy Spirit tell you to talk about, that's what we're gonna be about. Whether it's a powerful testimony, I don't know. There go them Flower Lives again. See YouTube? I don't lie. They go to Flower Lives right behind me. See it? And the menorah, you see it? See that red and purple? Yeah, I can't make this up. They wish there was a TikTok app. Nope, this is my true spirit. Back to you, Melanie. Oh, we got more coming in.
Okay.
That's Sherry, I think.
There we go.
Hi, guys.
There we go.
I'm back. How are we all?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta get one of you. Wait. Boom. Now talk, Sherry.
Hi, guys. How are you all? Hi, Sister Melanie and all the other sisters who are here now. And just a big g'day to all brothers and sisters tuning into this live. And thank you for having me. It's an honour. And look forward to chatting.
Well, I'm going on mute, so y'all two have the floor.
I guess me and Sherry will chat away. I'm going back outside to do my job too, so I'm gonna be sitting outside.
It's quite some echoing going on. Is anyone else experiencing that, or is it just me?
Say that one more time.
I'm not.
There's a lot of echoing going on. Is it just me,
no.
Is it?
I think it's just you, sis.
Okay. Do I need to go back out and come in? Oh no,
yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
If you need to.
Okay, bye.
It might have been because I had my mute. I didn't have it muted.
Yeah, she might have been hearing the wind. I forgot about that. Yeah, because I'm outside too, and it's kind of windy.
Yeah, you can hear the planes here too. That like they even are, but
Yeah, I hear your air a little. Man, that's crazy how you can hear the background more than the mouth right next to the microphone. That's crazy. Oh man, that's some CI sneak tips right there. Sneak tips right there. The background is louder. Dana Braca. All right, Melanie, it's on you.
Oh, how you gonna put me on the spot like that?
I love you, sis. Y'all put me on the spot every day. I be sweating bricks. Lord,
Like you
please
should
be
hear
with
me
me.
when I'm alone. I go like, oh, Holy Spirit mode, and then when I'm like, that's why I just be giving tips and throwing them out. Well,
Oh,
I'll say
Sherry's here.
your
Sherry's back.
Sister Jana sent me a video and I watched it and I
Thank you for
literally
saying that. She is gonna
was
get me. I didn't send her the
busting
link. I'm about to send her
up.
the link. Okay, go ahead. I'm
Yeah, it
sorry.
had me busting up because it was talking about Hollywood and it was showing about how they dye their hair the blonde. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's my point right there with the whole ether hair.
Welcome, Miss Jerry Curtis. Welcome back, Sherry.
Thank you.
I don't know if you muted
Shalom,
Jerry.
can
I
you all
ain't hear
hear
you.
me?
Oh, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me?
now. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Jerry, if you talking, you went back out, but I heard you that first time when you asked. Everybody else
Can
came in clear.
you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. That's
Okay.
Sherry, right?
Yep, it's Cherie.
I got
Cherry.
a surprise for you, Cherie.
You have?
Melanie's in the background.
Hello,
Who
Melanie.
that?
How are you, sister?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
And there go your picture. I got you and your husband. Yeah, I got everybody. So I'm gonna be switching the background. In the picture, I had Melanie when she was showing off her crown chakra of the Holy Spirit. She got some good ones. Her, you do too. I got all y'all up in here. Y'all got some stuff on y'all pages, like this right here. I got that off your page. Yeah, you recognize that, don't you?
Nice one. Good on you, brother.
So I got wait till Elizabeth. We got two more people in the back. Hold on. That's Jerry. Juanita's here. Baraka, Jerry, Baraka, Juanita.
Baraka. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. And we switch. Since I was showing my wife, I said, man, it's amazing. You got some good hair. I was looking at them dreads. I said, uh-huh. Birds of a feather flock together. All right. So I'm going to go shut up. And I'm going to give the floor over to the Lioness, because that's what this is about. Enough giggles with Big Head Brother BC. So y'all have the floor. I'm here with you.
All righty. Anyone got something on their mind they like to talk about? Shalom, can you all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello.
I feel better today. I was going crazy yesterday because I was just watching something and it got to me, and I was like a nutcase looking in the mirror trying to see if I had a reptilian eye and all kinds of crazy stuff. But now I understand it and know exactly what it means and all that. The bad and the good, and whew, I was trying to get that thing out like crazy.
It is crazy, sister. 1 minute we're up and the next minute we're down, hey?
Ooh, I know.
I'm glad that we can keep on conquering it, though, and just lifting and rising and learning from it, hey?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And like I was telling brother, it's so crazy, like the way that this is done. It's like you don't give us the answers. You show us in a way, in a way, and however long it may take, to show us what we need to see. It's like all falls right into play like it's supposed to.
Oh yeah, it do. It do.
Y'all know what you're
It,
doing.
the Father, He's intentional, and you be wondering why is this and why is that, but then He always bring it and make it crystal clear, and then you understand it because He's communicating with us. He's a Father of the living. So why wouldn't He talk to His children? You know, we have a real Father that loves us, and if He loves us and we love Him, we got and try to stay on the straight and narrow path, which is not easy, but especially with the way the world tries to keep coming at you and provoking you, and trying to get you off your square. But I learned when we learn to step back and let the Almighty do the battle for us, because it's not ours. He's so accurate. And he don't leave no stone unturned, nor does he miss his mark. So that's what I've been witnessing a lot of. I've been really witnessing a lot on the battlefield, and it's amazing. I love it. You know.
Yeah, my eyes are getting so much sharper and like out, you
Yeah.
know, like all to y'all, boy, Parker. I mean, things I'm seeing, like I see what you're doing. I see what's going on. This little live coming on, then it's going off. You're controlling this. I see it. Like it's amazing. Yeah.
So I'd like to bring something up since this is a Lioness conversation, and it's to each his own. Take it how you take it. And BC, you know where I'm gonna go. Well, it's a couple of things. But let me get
Rip them polygamy cats up, man. Them old strange, old creatures. Get them, sis. Get them.
So let me do a fast forward, and then I'm gonna backtrack and come right back to that polygamy, because that's number one uno where I'm at. Yes, you already know where I'm going. But before I go there, and there's the scriptures you all know about, I did a post about it, was yesterday. About the Hamashiach. How was it, or how is it that he was called the first to raise from the dead, when he was on Mount Carmel talking to Moses and Elijah, and he wasn't crucified yet? And let's not even mention Lazarus. Although he brought Lazarus, what? From the grave, 4 days. You see how they play with stuff, you all? And if you read your book, you know this is a fact. So he raised Lazarus after 4 days of him being in the grave, stinking and everything. But like you said, he's come to prove. So whatever they playing with, how is it that he's the first to raise from the dead? I don't think he was never dead. You see what I'm saying? We are the living. We are not of the dead. And when we get that synced into our ruach, we don't die, we multiply. And that's why we in the billions now. They've been so busy trying to kill us, we done multiplied and went over their head. We went over their head, but not to mention, think about when Abraham was carrying Lazarus in his bosom. Thank you, BC, for that one. That's another confirmation. And there's so many others. So let me chill on that for a minute and go to the polygamy part. Now, for those who want to bring out the polygamy and say, is it lawful? It's a sin. Yes, I said it's a sin based on what the Ruach been dealing in my Ruach. Now, that was what the Father was telling me about the Ruach. And you know I can't make this up about the Hamashiach. And these are things in plain sight in our face. I don't really want to take over too much, but I'm going to just put this part out here. When it talks about, the first thing they try to blow in your face is Jacob. Well, that wasn't Jacob's choice. He loved Rachel. Not to mention, the Father said he has one wife, Israel. He allowed the others to come on, but he spoke. He said to Israel as his wife, one wife. Well, he did polygamy. No, polygamy, and the Father, Isaiah 58. I don't have time to go into all these scriptures, but Isaiah 58, 55 verse 8 through 12. His ways is not our ways. His thoughts is not our thoughts. His ways is higher than ours. But when it goes about the polygamy And I meant to record what you said that polygamy really means, and it's of the devil. And that, oh man, that's what was in my mind the last 3 days about. I got to look up polygamy. I got to look up what the real sound put. And when you brought that to the table, BC, salute royalty. Woo, that was a real headbanger buster. But and that's definitely something I'm going to put in my notes. I just got to get it grounded in my spirit to memorize it the way you put it. But it's so much knowledge we have to learn, and I got to send a shout out to the brother. Oh my goodness, Michael Dean. I love what he was talking about. He was trying to bring it to us, so I rejoiced in the conversation that he brought to us. You keep bringing it up, brother. Don't hold back.
Aloha.
Aloha, bring that up, Michael Dean. Yes.
That's family right there, boy.
Yes.
He been with us with the roots.
Oh yeah. So I was just when it was a guy I was in a conversation. It was a live broadcast about. It's called the I think the live broadcast is called the group is called Anointed. Let me see, the Anointed House of Saints, I believe. And somebody, they're talking about how you are spiritual, but it got to the part that they asked if you didn't have any questions. So one guy, he brought the subject up. So I was just holding back. But then I never was even thinking about that till he brought it up, and it was in my spirit. And was that a good one? He brought up, he said someone told him that is it lawful to be a polygamist? And basically the brothers in it were saying, he said, is it against the law to be a polygamist? That's what the question was. And they answered no. So I brought up the question about, well, what about Leviticus 18:18? And they tried to justify it. Well, I'm going to read Leviticus 18:18 so we can get this crystal clear. When he talks about Leviticus 18:18, he says, neither shall you take a wife or a relative to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her life. So when I put that there, I knew they was going to try to say this verse 17, you shall not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, neither shall you take, well, they went further up about the next to kinsman. Well, if we Israelites, are we not the next to kinsman? We are family, right? If it looked like a duck, it quack like a duck, it's a duck. So basically,
that's right.
Either we are that Mitzvah or we not. So they tried to go into a verse by saying something about thou shalt not cover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is your father's sister, near kinsman or kinswoman. The thing is, if we Israelites and we consider Mitzvah means family, that's my sister. That's my next to kinsman sister. Now the father is not going to say that one wife is one wife, okay? And he wasn't having sex with us, so that's a big difference between polygamy and the spiritual. Like he said, Isaiah, I gotta put that on the table because I can't let that go by without that being sound put as to what he said. See, this is a touchy subject, but it's no running now, you all. Whoever's tuned in, I wasn't expecting this, BC. And I'm not trying to take over the platform, you all. This is just something that for the ears of those who's in this truth and accept the truth and not trying to throw no shade or stone on no one. But he said, Isaiah 55, verse 8, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. Why, he was a polygamist. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He had one wife. Okay, one. And that's what he had to separate us because of our whoremongering and the whoredoms. He said, for 9, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. I could go on and on, but let's get to this. So then they tried to throw Jacob in. Well, we already know that wasn't Jacob's desire. Jacob wanted Rachel, but his father Laban kept tricking him, kept playing him. and everybody was taking a tag on Jacob. From Leah to Rachel, everybody was passing Jacob around. He wasn't. That was not his desire. So let's get that out the way. Nor was it the father's ever. The father never desired that to have Jacob to become that. That was of man and man wickedness, perverseness. And also, if you really want to know, we can go into where's that? BC, where is that verse about when Cain had a son?
A hard time in the bathroom.
Say that one more time.
Cain had a son, Laman. He's the one who kicked out Laman
I
and
don't,
everything.
it would have to be on a jet, on a private plane, because I don't see how you can how this would be too.
Laman had a son in
I
Cain.
was like, no, nigga, I'm not finna get in no trouble.
Cain's son. It's I think it's a verse. No, I'm trying to think. And
Go with
when they started multiplying, you just rather you. Wait, okay. Talk with Abel. His mom. Well, I just want to put it like this: when Cain had a son, one of his sons, they the ones who started the polygamy. They had more than and when it came to the children, it was either Cain, I believe, his name was like Leland, like his like Jacob's father-in-law. But Cain had a son, and I don't know if that could have been I doubt it. I doubt if that was the same one. But that's where that polygamy stuff started from. And I think his name was Lamech. It was in there. So, but let me go on and get away from that, because that's not where I'm trying to go. The part when it talks about, let's get to David. Let's put the icing on the cake. This is where I'm gonna go to, and I'm gonna try to come up out of it, because it can get deeper and deeper, and I can continue to go on. But I did ask the question about, and this is a good one too. It's a juicy one for the polygamies. When they tried to get out of that, trying to say the kinsman, and so I brought up the subject about what about Timothy, which that wasn't really it, and I don't know if I really found it yet. I think I did though. But when I said, well, what about Timothy? I think was it 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. And when they read it, they kept looking for loopholes, but I was basically, they were trying to bring up, they tried to say, we talked about Jacob, and I was like, I know about that. Okay, let me see. Is this it, Timothy? No, that's 1 Timothy. That's 1 Timothy. No, that is second. Yeah, that is 1 Timothy. Yeah.
Where you looking at?
Now, I was trying to find the part about how that polygamy started. I believe it was through Cain's children. His son, was it Lamech? It's in Genesis
Chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
Verse 17.
And one thing for the guys who's listening, that was never of the father. Chapter 4, verse 17. Now, the polygamy started. Am I right, or was it so? It could have went deeper, they started messing with all the killing and all the. But I believe this is where I first saw. Then they started getting more wise than what the father had first put out.
Father of mankind.
Let me see. You said 4:17.
I believe when it starts the genealogy of Cain.
Yeah, it does, but it was talking about a son named Lamech or whatever, and he had more than one wife, and that's where they started multiplying. There it is.
Yeah, it's chapter 4. It was Zillah and.
I see it. It said, and Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other Zillah. So basically, that's when they started having children, and that was not of the father. He never ordained it. He never, the father. Just keep in mind, he had one wife, brother, and not only that, his ways is not our ways. His thoughts is not. So don't get it twisted. And when it talks, so now we got that on the table where that really originally started from. It never started from the father. And not to mention how Cain was rebellious from start. So that came from wickedness. All that came from, and it's a sin. And so that's what the brother was asking, was it against the law to be into polygamy? And that's when I asked, what about Leviticus 18:18 that I just read? And it makes sense, but think about it. When a woman or a man, see, it's okay for them to share. It's okay for them to have more than, but don't you get more. So if a woman gets, oh, it's a problem, or they jealous. It's hypocrite. It's hypocrite. But that's what the devil do. He'll come with all the lies, then he'll try to steal. But the part that the father is basically saying now, you think he not? What he say in verse 1 of Leviticus chapter 18, and the Almighty Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, this is verse 1. So we know he's talking this whole chapter of Leviticus. You don't see him talking to Cain and Lamech on that two wise stuff. But then he go to 18 and he gives the breakdown and say, neither shall you take a wife to her sister. Well, that's a biological. I said, where that's at? I couldn't even type it fast enough because I don't really do that text stuff. So I say, neither shall you take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, besides the other in her lifetime. How plain can you get it? Oh, wait a minute. So then they tried to say it wasn't against the law. So I said, well, what about, because I'm trying to get them to the point that there's a part in the scriptures that talks about in the New Testament, even though some people don't do the New Testament, that talks about the wife is like the husband is a head over the wife, is likewise the wife is like a head over the husband, like she has to say so, like if she agree with it or don't, and that's vice versa. So it ain't about nobody like, well, of course it is, like, because I'm not going to let you sit up there and make me into a tuna sandwich. I'm not doing that, period. That's just nasty and it makes your flesh crawl to me. So it's okay with them, but not with me. And I'm not telling you, no. So 3, it says in 1 Timothy, this is a true saying. So I asked about this one. I said, what about 1 Timothy? I couldn't bring it up, but so I said, this is a true saying. If a man desires the office of a bishop, he desires a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality. Okay, so we see that one wife. But as BC, thank you for sharing that with me when he says, so let's go further into it. And he says, let me see, I think verse 10, let the deacons be the husbands of one wife, again, ruling their children and their own houses. Oh, it's going to get more juicy, y'all. Believe me, I ain't even at the peak of the iceberg on the facts about this polygamy that is unlawful and that it is a sin. For they that have used the office of a deacon well purchased to thyself of a good decree and great boldness. So let me see. No, it talks about, no, I think I'm in the wrong one. Hold on, please. No, that's Peter, I believe. Is that Peter? Let me see. Now then nope, hold on. I gotta get, it talks about the wife, but I thought it was in the same chapter. I thought it was, can you hear me, BC? What verse is that? It's chapter 2 or 4?
Which one?
About the wife, but when we talk about how she's like equal to the bishop.
Chapter 1.
That's chapter 1 of 1 Timothy.
No, 1 Peter, or you could go to Ephesians chapter 5:25.
Yeah, now that's what let me go Peter. What part of Peter again?
Chapter 1.
Yeah, 1, I think, but it was something.
20,
okay.
Verse 20 something.
Okay, I get it. I thought it was something in 2. I'm trying to think. What was it in 2 I saw? There was something in 2. Or, man, it's just so much in here about the oneness. You sisters are still here? Y'all hear me?
Is it Peter BC? Is it Peter? The script you sent me about.
I think it is yeah, he
I
said
think it's
chapter
Peter
1.
2.
That's what I was wondering. Is it Peter?
Chapter 2?
I think it is
Yeah, I think it's the one you
2.
sent me.
I think it
Okay.
is 2. That's why I kept saying I was seeing 2.
I don't even know how I know
Oh,
that, but
start at verse 18.
Shalom, everybody. I apologize. I'm late, a little
What
late.
was
I was
it?
trying to send it, but I couldn't send it to where I needed to. But I'm glad everybody's here.
It's verse
hi
18. Thank
sister.
you, sis. Late is better than never. I don't be bugged out
Yes.
about
No,
that.
I see. I'm gonna bring that
Shalom,
later.
Greetings,
Juanita.
sister.
But you know what? I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna bring that later because that's some more icing on the cake. But I'm gonna try to hurry on and wipe it out. Well, you know what? So, I never even got to this part. But so, since they said, oh, I thought it was in that same chapter though, BC, about that deacon. Something about that deacon.
No,
And
it's chapter 4, verse 11 in First Timothy.
yeah, wait, I think it was like the next chapter over. These
No,
chapters.
it's chapter 4, First Timothy.
Chapter 4.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
it's not chapter 4, it's chapter 3. I'll be getting home. Let me look it up, man. You
yeah,
take me to
I
the
think
wrong thing.
let me see, because it's in the same page. They say, even so must, oh, here it go. It is in the same chapter. Okay, so let me read this part 3 and 1 again. First Timothy, because I was like, well, what about Timothy? And so this is where it can say, this is a true saying, if a man desire the office of a bishop, he desires a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife. That's all I want. So here it go. Even so must their wives be grave, not slanderous, sober,
Stop.
faithful in
You
all
read that.
things.
You read that too fast. It said even so.
That's
So
right.
whatever the bishop is, if your husband is a prophet, so is your wife. If
That's
your
right.
husband is an apostle, so is your wife. And when you get married, you're supposed to be so equal. It ain't
That's
God's
right.
fault you unequally yoked. Back to you.
Yeah, they tried to make up a statement about, well, it's many ones. Listen, no, the father had many wives, but they won. And I was like, I couldn't even get into, but let me stick onto the subject. So, because they want me to come back. I know I was, because they were scratching their head and everything. It was so funny. But I was trying to hold my composure and be calm about it. But I could tell it was upsetting them because they was like they went so off track. It was like they went to on that Leviticus, they went all the way up into the kinsmen, and I was like, but are we all Miss
Sister,
Lacan, means family?
Sister Jerry, since
Yeah.
you already in Timothy, can you go to uh Second Timothy
Oh
chapter
yeah.
3
Oh
chapter 3 and read to me the first 5 verses? That's what
yeah.
they
Okay.
doing. They taking it and making it into lavishness. Perilous
You
times.
said 2 Timothy chapter 3?
Yes.
Okay, let me before I go to chapter 3, what verse?
1 through 5. It should say we in perilous times or something like
Okay,
that.
yeah, I'm gonna read that and then I'm gonna try because I'm trying not to get to this real juicy stuff right quick because it's gonna be a hammer on a big head nail. Okay, 1 through 5, you said. 2 Timothy. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be, I was sure I'm reading this. I didn't even put this there. But for men shall be lovers of their own selves, convulsions, boasters, proud of blasphemies, disobedient to parents. Wasn't Cain that? Cain
Stop.
was that in
You
a
ain't
bag of chips.
you you ain't gotta read no further. I just want to cut the polygamy and all the
Mhm.
crazy dog perverted stuff. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, but then he tried to say, oh, I'm trying not to do this right quick because it's okay. So let me go to First Peter. First Peter chapter 4. First Peter chapter 4. You know what? Where is that? Here, my notes is right here. I ain't get a chance. I couldn't even write it fast enough. He was giving it to me back to back. First Peter chapter 4. No, chapter 2. No, I'm not gonna do that yet. That's the juice. That's the big juicy one. Let me say, 4:16 and then 5:1. So First Timothy chapter 4, verse 16. Now pay attention to this. Hey, where did it go? Am I at the first one? To say first? Is it? Oh, that's Timothy. I'm sorry, but I thought it was Peter. Okay. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, so I got it. So now let me go to First Timothy, and that's chapter 4. Yeah. All right. I'm back. I'm back, y'all. Okay. So First Timothy chapter 4 and verse Timothy says, "Take heed unto thyself and to the doctrine." Pause. Continue in them, for in doing this you shall both save yourself and them that hear you. Now, when they said next to kinsmen, this is where this 5:1 of First Timothy falls in. Oh, that means to next to kin and the next to kin. Okay. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father. That's a next to kin. Okay, as a father. And the younger men as what? Brethren. Brethren, kinsmen, next to kin. 2, the elder woman as mothers. That's not your mother, but treat as your mother. The younger as sisters. What? Wait a minute. But he didn't say 18, don't vex your sister. Don't do that. Don't make her jealous and hurt. Because it's so much to this. Pay attention to this. Don't vex your sister. It's a lot to this. And it's a commandment about this. The elder woman as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. So that's all I need, 1 and 2. Now, is there anything else before I go? Oh yeah. I gotta go to where this is. I'm trying to make sure I'm not overlooking anything. I gotta start scratching stuff out, checking stuff out, because I don't want to go outside for the grand finale. But let me see something, BC, because this is another confirmation, and I believe it is in Ephesians. Ephesians. And it's a lot that be said in Ephesians, but I'm not going into all that either. But it's a whole lot that can be done with that Ephesians. Whoremongers and everything. And that's basically what polygamy is. Whoremongering, lusting. That's what the sin is.
Juanita, Elizabeth,
One of their 7 deadly sins.
Sherry, how y'all feel about the subject that she's talking about?
I just see it as another clause of one condemning, causing their own condemnation, to be quite honest.
Condemnation as what?
Condemnation. If a person gets themselves involved in polygamy, they're going to cause themselves their own condemnation.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. Right. There you go. I thought I was saying something about that. You right on point. Now, that's a good one, too. That is and we need to look that up because that is powerful right there. Thank you. Ta-da. So Ephesians 5, I think it's around verse 20. Ephesians 5, verse 20. Giving thanks always for all things unto Yahweh and the Father, and I call him Yahweh, in the name of our Hamashiach, the anointed. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of Yahweh. Why submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Yahweh? For the husband, here we go. This is the male I'm looking for. That's what I was trying to tell him. I said, what about, but I said the wrong chapter when I said Timothy. This is what I was looking for. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as the anointed is the head of the church. And he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto the anointed, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Husband, love your wives, even as the anointed also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might separate, sanctify, and cleanse it with the washing of waters by the word. So we can go a whole lot into this chapter alone, but so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. That's verse 28. So So you hear that? If you love yourself, if you love your wife as your own self, so who's the head? So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. You know you're not gonna like if your wife going to cheat on you. Polygamy is cheating. You know, and I didn't seen a whole lot of sisters. I know they into polygamy, and this is not to chomp down on them. No, it's not. I feel their pain. I feel their hurt, and I have actually conversated with some of them. And I tried to let them know you're gonna have to pray for him because he's in trouble. And the wicked one is gonna be trying to set him up something fierce. I mean, the ones who I was talking to, yes, they had agents and they had to marry these agent send-offs, and they almost killed him. He's somewhat trying to come back to normal, but the whole thing is you got to come up out that polygamy because it's death in polygamy. That's another thing. And what is death? Sin. Sin is death, and I'm gonna prove that. Hold on. But polygamy is death, and death is sin. That's what I want to say. So it says, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. If you do that, you're not going to be looking out here to be a sandwich. Okay? And I tell them in a minute, I'm not going to let you make me out no sandwich. They try to come all kinds of slick ways. But that's whoremongers. So let me go. Now here we're going to get some more ice. We're going to get the icing on the cake. Now I believe I'm ready to get the icing on the cake. Because that's another thing. They be like, back in the days, it was, they into this American way, monopoly, whatever they call it. The thing is, the father gave Adam one rib. They try to say Adam had more than one wife. They try to say Moses had more than one wife. They try to say Jacob had more than one wife. They try to say whoever had more than. The thing is, the one Sarah, that was her told her to go into her maiden. It wasn't the father. Don't get it twisted. They keep trying to mix stuff up. You can't mix it up. The father never told Abraham to go into Hagar. That was Sarah because she was worried about not having no children. But also from when the father gave Adam his one rib, he could have easily gave two ribs and made it. So, like I said, we already talked about Jacob. But then, as far as Salomo, as far as David, we're gonna get them. They not getting no. He's not gonna leave no stone unturned. Okay, so I'm just on them. We definitely have to get into that because that's like the final juice on the table. So we got that doodle or no. Okay.
Can I just?
Yeah, go ahead.
Could I just add something there? We're talking about polygamy, and I myself personally, this is the first time I've heard about them saying that Moses had more than one wife and all that. So I'll just let you know that straight off the bat. But from what I've heard today, just with my common sense, they're trying to say polygamy is okay, but I believe that you'll cause your own condemnation if you want to be involved in polygamy. And the other question I'd like to just point out there is how come between a husband and a wife, if you commit adultery, it's a sin. So
you're tapping on my son. You're tapping on. I'm going there. Like I said, I'm saving the best for last. I'm right there at the Exodus 20, and not to mention, I'm even going to that Matthew 5, 27, 28, and drop down to 31. Oh, we're gonna get there. He's not gonna leave no stone unturned. The Father, we're finna get him. The Father finna get him. He finna get him good. They don't want to mess with this lion. They don't want to mess with this lion. He go, oh man, 72 tiger team, you better back up. You better back up because here we come. We coming. So that's what, but let's get the icing on the cake right here. Just as you said. So when they tried to say, well, that's the office of a bishop, as you heard when they said the bishop, right? Well, what about this bishop? What about this bishop? If that's the office of a bishop, let's roll over to Exodus 19. And he always have a witness backing it up. So he said that's the office of a bishop, right? And that's let's get this right quick. Let's get this right clear and quick because I'm gonna read this verse one more time before we tear into that. before we tear into that. I'm gonna
What
read
are
it.
we? What are we talking about exactly? Are you talking
Polygamy.
about polygamy?
Polygamy, yes.
Polygamy? Okay, all right. Just making sure I'm on track.
No problem, no
Well,
problem.
well, 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 wait, we make a mistake. Everybody has their own whatever. She's coming from polygamy. Sister Sherry came from, Cherie was saying, something else. Melanie talking about how we growing. So it all depends on how the Holy Spirit uses it. I just
Right,
want to
right.
make that very clear. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So the polygamy, when it's stated in Second Timothy chapter 3. What is wrong with this? I keep on trying to it be all it's hard to like chapter 3. Okay, this is Second Timothy chapter 3. This know that in the last no. It just be getting me mixed up. Okay, here we go. First Timothy is I gotta write this out. It's First Timothy. Okay, about the polygamy. So I asked him. I said, well, what about these? The question was, is it law? Is it a commandment, or is it against the law to be into a relationship of a polygamy? And the group was saying no. And so that's why I asked about Leviticus 18 when it said you shouldn't mess with your wife's sister because it will vex her. And so they tried to say, well, that's the next of kinsman. And I just read about the next of kinsman when it talks about in the elders and how you treat them as your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. And that was 5 of First Timothy. And the doctrine, you got to obey it. So now here we are again, said this is a true saying, if a man desire the office of a bishop, he desire for good work. And they say, oh, that's about a bishop. But it says, as BC said in verse 12, let the deacons be the husbands. No, that's 3. Is it the same one? But they that have used the office of a deacon. Okay, that's 11. Even so must their wives be grave. So he said, even though even so must their wives be grave, like them. So if that's being, and you know why he said that? It makes sense. Because if you go to Exodus 19, and it's a witness behind this one. So they got to be a bishop, and they must have one wife. So, okay. But didn't he say this in Exodus 19, verse 5 and 6? Let's back up. 4. You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians and how I bare you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself. Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all the earth is mine, and you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests. And that bishop. But he said a kingdom. He didn't say just man. He said a kingdom. What it takes to run a kingdom? Man, woman, boy, and girl, don't it? So where they get that? Don't get it twisted. That's why he says in there, even so must their wives be grave. We can even look that up. So a priest in a Kodesh, holy nation. These are the words which what is a nation? It's not just a man. But if they just want to go there about a man and it's just a man, let's see what he's saying. Genesis 1, verse 26. And Yahweh said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So Yahweh created man in his own image. In the image of Yahweh created he him, male and female. Male, created he them. And Yahweh barak them. And Yahweh said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion not just man, male and female. He created he built. He have dominion over the fish of the soul. That's the point I'm trying to make. But let's go over since we're here. I ain't gonna leave no. The Father ain't gonna leave no stone unturned. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman, so basically, he was more wiser. But when you stop down to 14, 15, is it 14? He said in 14, and Yahweh said unto the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon your belly shall you go, and dust shall you eat all the days of your life. We're going to get back to that beast. 15, and I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. Really? That would that put oh my goodness, what how you pronounce it? I wrote it down, BC. I like that what he said about the oh, okay. I have to come back to that, but I know you hear me. But it talks about how a woman basically produces her own seed. And he talked about that yesterday. Pathogenesis. Yeah, I think it's pathogenesis. So
It's like being asexual. You don't need a male partner.
yeah, yeah. So the thing is, when he says, and I put enmity between your seed and the woman's seed, and between your seed and her seed, it shall bruise your head. What's it going to bruise? And this is a vision I seen before. I actually seen like a salvation on the Aboriginal people. I really did, but they were so native. They was really native, you all. But they was all the same color of lime. They was a lime color, like you take a plant. They wasn't that avatar stuff that you see in the movies. But it was exactly that color of age 20 when they came crossed over. But before they was in the earth, when they was getting delivered, they was all like the age of 9 years old. They was young little boys, reddish, like that color of the Hamashiach was. But when they was like 9 years old, but when they then think about man. Now I just realized man is really when man is standing up right at his highest, frequency. But the six is when he made man from the ground, dust of the ground. Okay. Until the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and conception. In sorrow you shall bring forth children, and your desire. It wasn't the father's desire. The father's desire is in Genesis 1:26 through 28. That we should be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and have dominion. But this is going to be the woman's desire because they trespass. Shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. Now, Michael Dean, I hear you. You're like, oh man, hey, this is what. Let's go with the scriptures. What we've been taught. And it makes sense. It do. 17. Here we go, y'all.
And this is where they created the story of Lilith, right there, when they said the man's gonna be over you.
Yeah, yeah. Now, see, here we go. It says when he talked about the serpent gonna be eating dust, he gonna go upon his belly. And shall you go, and thus shall you eat all the days of your life. Well, what is we doing? Male and female, because we ain't getting no passes either, but this is what he's saying, but into the male. And see, we follow the male. A lot of us follow the male. And unto Adam he said, because you has hearkened unto the voice of your real, and has eaten of the tree of which I commented on you. You had something to say, BC?
Stop right there. All
I have
right.
something to say too.
Hold your thought there. Elizabeth and Juanita, y'all gotta go. Keep that right there. Keep that train of thought. We're coming back to it, Jerry, because the rib inside of Adam is Samuel, known as Inky, and the rib that come out of him is called Nintu. Nintu is what our book called the mother of life. How Eve got her mother. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yeah, like kind of what you were saying with the whole. I feel like I'm gonna just touch on like a little bit of everything I heard with the whole polygamy thing. I really don't. Like I said, I know the Bible, I know what's in it, but I discern what's truth and what's not. with the whole polygamy thing, you have to think you might as well be sleeping with multiple partners because
Yep.
your temples are open to demons and spirits. And just
Mm.
like when you get a new partner, you don't know who they've been with, and then who they've been with, and who they. And when you allow people to have come into your energy, especially sexual energy, which is really strong, you allow whatever comes with them, the person. So you maybe have sex with somebody and wondering why you depressed and stuff, and you usually don't feel like that, probably because whatever they got going. So with polygamy,
Mm.
it, like I said, it's not right. You, and also not only that, you have to think with us being in these fleshly bodies, our brain, right, left side, we should all know these things by now. Why would you want to? I get us being tested, but if you are a woman or whatever, and let's say you do that, why would you want to play with your emotions like that? I get knowing and wanting to test yourself, but let's be real. At the end, you could say you're fine with it and all that, but in the back of your mind, there's gonna be a thought of jealous. There's gonna be a negative
Yes.
emotion there that's gonna feed and grow, and that's what you don't want. So that right there should tell you that that type of relationship, it's not natural and it's not supposed to be. That's something that man created because of his lust and his want for the woman, right? So that's how I feel about the whole. I believe it or not, I've done it all. I've tried these things. I've
Mhm.
tried it. I'm 30. Supposedly I'm 31, but if the years be messed up. So like I said, I tried it. I tried the polygamy thing when I was young and all that. I tried to be my nice and all that. It just does not work when.
You know why? I don't mean to cut you off, but sister, I'm going to just say this and I'm done with this part. The reason why you wasn't feeling that is because this is the witness as of 19 Exodus 5 and 6. The witness is also in the New Testament as to Peter, First Peter, verse 9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy
Yeah.
nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Bingo, you nailed it, sister. You did that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I realized like that wasn't for me. Like as much as I may have wanted it to work, and it wasn't
Hmm.
anything I did. It was jealousy within the other people in the relationship, and they were like damn near jealous and wanting it to
See?
be me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not a good situation. And like I said, you not only open up your home physically to, you open up your spiritual house, your temple to whatever demons people got. As far as like um with the whole Bible saying Adam, we, yeah, like brother BC said, we all know Adam is really inky, and they took the rib and he created Eve. But what he thought, he was going to create a slave within a woman. He thought when he created Eve, she was going to be his slave. So
Hmm.
then they come up with this fake concept of, oh, the woman is the snake and Lilith, when
Hmm.
the whole time when Eve was there in the garden before they came to rape her, she left her dark side. This is why we have two sides to us. This is why we have a fight or flight or a lay down, and you know what I'm saying? She left the
That's
dark
right.
side, which is that, and that's what they raped and gave birth to monsters. Like I said, they labeled the woman as evil, but what they forgot to tell you is that Inky wanted to make her his slave, and she wasn't going for that. She
See?
wanted to be equal, like she wanted to be. She's the one who breathed life into
Hey,
him. How
hey,
are you
hey,
gonna
say
put
it
life into
again,
me
say
and
it
I can't
again.
breathe
Tell them,
life?
man.
How
Tell
are
them
you
them
gonna
fag bags. Tell them about themselves. Go ahead, sis. Break it
like
again.
how are you gonna be over me and I breathe life into you? And you already acknowledged that I was the mother of all things, but you're gonna tell me I'm under you? No. And like I said, and you could tell by the way society is, how they treat women and children, and how every story, it's a man, how they say it's a man's world, but it would be nothing without the woman. Like
That's right.
it's in plain sight. Like I said,
Well,
it's
you,
a lot of genetic, like some of it, like I told y'all, there's somewhere in the Bible, I believe it says 24 other thrones around God, but some people say scientists, alchemists, but the sons and daughters of God that were appointed to be in charge of stuff, and they got big headed or whatever. It's funny that they're the big headed scientists, and when someone gets ahead of themselves or cocky, they call them big head. So
You know
they
what? I don't mean to cut you off, but you keep nailing it right there, because in verse 5 of Exodus 20, it says, you shall not bow down yourself to them nor serve them. For I, the Yahweh, your Yahweh, am a jealous Yahweh. Like you say, you was in a polygamy and y'all was getting hating on each other, busy
yeah.
the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. How they hate me? Remember we was talking about that beast? That beast is Ecclesiastes 3:18. I
And
said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that Yahweh might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. That's where the division
what?
is.
But and look, here's the thing, and I'm about to blow y'all mind with the beast and the field thing. Look, let me go back to this really quick with 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 everything going on in the Bible and how they say and the man will be in charge of the woman. How is it that when God wants us to have a free mind and think if we were born into this world, we know this is a prison. In case you didn't know, now you
Mhm,
know.
mhm.
It wasn't for us though, but we're here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
how can we have a free mind and be under control of someone? That's not it. It's a balance. That's where you get balance, yin and yang.
you
And
hit
I was
me.
gonna speak. BC went live earlier by himself, and I wanted to speak on this the whole black and white thing. And some of y'all don't know that the word black means
Dead.
shiny one, glittery one, illuminated one, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the word white and pale means black, darkness.
Mm.
They literally mean each other, meaning this
Mm.
black and white thing does not exist. That they created these illusional little bodies with black and white to make you think, but you're me. That's why you are me and I am you,
That's
and we
right.
are a reflection of each other.
That's right.
Now, the whole Lucifer being the shiny one, you know what I'm saying, and they calling us black people, you have to think then who do you come from? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Who do you come from? This is the field. This is prison. We already in the field, nigga. Like we in the fields right now.
That's right. We are. This
We
is this is
already
the wilderness. So let me just say this. What you said is about the when he talks about they want us to bow down. Where is it written that we supposed to be under them?
it
That's why he said
doesn't.
he gave it, and that's why the Genesis nailed it in 1:26 through 28. But this is
And
another thing.
but
Where it
here's
said,
here's where this comes in. When you are a man and a man of God most high, and you serve and you take care of your household like you're supposed to and raising your
mhm,
children right, submission from a woman comes naturally. She's going to want to treat you like a baby. She want to do anything for you and
it's a
serve
two-way
you
street.
like a king and the God that you are. It's going to
Mhm.
happen naturally.
Right. It's a two-way
It
street. We're
doesn't
supposed
have,
to,
it's
right.
not, oh, you got to bow down to me. I'm going to do
Right.
this.
Oh
And when
my
I get here,
goodness.
you're going to rub my feet. No, you come home. I know you've been working hard. So I want to do that for you because you deserve that, because you've been handling your business.
That's where that play in when you say bow down. That's another. He said, "You shall not make unto you any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow
Hey,
down yourself to them."
And the
hey,
proof's in the
there's
pudding.
one,
And the proof,
two,
the proof,
3, 4, 5 women up here. They talking about they ain't got no good women out here. We talking about, I done heard five
and the
different
proof's
types
in the
of
Oh,
pudding.
thank
elemental
you. You're
powers.
pretty too.
Hey guys, the proof's in the
Hi.
pudding. Look at all the divorces and look at all the promotions going on between people who are meant to
Hmm.
be in love with each other.
Yeah. So
The
yeah.
world's flooded with nothing but disaster in marriages and in relationships.
And so, as far as this polygamy and them trying to tell you how to bow down, let's get this more or further on the clear table. Let's get this clear on the table, because, like he said, he came to fulfill the law. But before he said he came to fulfill the law, let's see about this. When he talks about this, I don't know if you heard me say this, sis, but I'm gonna go back so I can what I just read to the group about the polygamy, when they were saying, was it against the law, and was it a commandment? He said, no, it's not a commandment, and no, it's not against the law. And that's why I asked him, but what about Leviticus 18:18? Neither shall you take a wife to take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness besides the other in her lifetime. And then they try to say, well, that's the next of kin. That's the next of kin. That's when I gave them that first Timothy 4, sister. The was it first? Yeah, there was First Timothy 4. Because I'm gonna put the icing on the cake, and then I'm out of here on this one. So when it said First Timothy 4, I read. Now pay attention, y'all, to this part when he says First Timothy 4:16. Take heed unto yourself and unto the doctrine of continue in them, for in doing this you shall both save yourself and them that bear you. Hear you. 5, rebuke not an elder. So that's the next kinsman. Here we go. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. That's the next kinsman. There you go. The elder woman as mothers. There's another next kinsman. The younger as sisters with purity. And that's why it says in Exodus 19:5 and 6, we are
I
kingdom.
apologize, y'all. That was the devil. That was nothing but the devil. My phone died out of nowhere.
Oh, man.
I was on fire too. The devil was like,
Yeah.
be quiet.
Oh, yeah. You know what? So did you hear me talk about the Leviticus
No,
18:18?
no,
Oh,
I
my
missed
goodness.
it.
Okay. So watching you all, but we got to get this food, this good mazone, get this food to the sister, because so she can be, everybody going to be quiet
Wait,
on this platform.
wait. Everybody, hold up. Sister Juanita. Oh, that's a patient lady, boy.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Uh,
I was gonna say basically the exact same thing that Sister Elizabeth said. That was my whole thought process on all of it. It just boiled down to it. The word is the word. It say exactly what it say. And that's just what it is. It's real clear. And the transferring of the spirits. It's just like why even play and open yourself. We know that if we're not supposed to let certain people lay their hands on us, you definitely ain't got no business laying down. Even though we all don't did it, because I definitely have
Facts.
with
Mm-hmm.
different men or whatever, and we know
Mm-hmm.
these spirits and we know it takes years to even be free from
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
one
Ooh,
person,
let's not
let
even talk
alone
Mm-hmm.
about
not
that
knowing what
part.
all they got on them. It takes
Yes.
years to set yourself free from these demons, and when you do
It's
start
true.
acting like these people,
Yes.
everybody acting, you can see it, be like, oh my goodness. And then you start looking like people. That's why couples end up looking alike, because we transferring DNA. We
Yes.
combine it from the
Yes.
other one.
Start thinking
And
alike, finishing each other's sentences. Yes.
yeah. And
You're
so then
right.
you add somebody else in and you don't know what they got going on there. You acting like a whole nother.
Yep.
So
It's
it's
said.
what
hey,
Sister
hey, y'all
Elizabeth
see
said.
Judah Straight comment down there? Cause I say it all the time. We call kings of the jungle because of the feminine lioness.
Right. We
So
just gotta all start honoring our Bible. I mean our body. I know that it's truly a temple, and that you are not to be, we shouldn't, it's a lot to think about, and like where I'm at now, I'm divorced and I've been single for a while, and I used to be like, okay, I can't, definitely would want marriage again, but then at this point it's like I'm looking at it like, who I'm gonna let touch me where, touch what,
right, right,
well, how I'm
right.
gonna even
Yes.
know, like it's like it has gotten to be,
Be
I
Yep.
don't know
scared.
about
Be
this, and
scared to talk to anybody.
yeah, like I'm like, I don't know. Then I'm good. I feel like for
You
me,
got the
I've been married, I've divorced, I've had my children. So really, sometime I'm like, what purpose would a relationship serve for me?
Right.
Because I could go
Because they
ahead and
come with
continue
so
it on
many
out with God right now at
feelings
this
and
moment.
emotions.
Yeah,
Like
it's just like,
relationships come with so much. You
yeah,
really, it's damn near like a baby. Like you gotta be ready for it before you get into it, and
yeah.
people take it so
It is
lightly.
so serious because y'all are,
Yes,
it is,
yes.
you have to really, really be ready. And I think all this fall in love is ridiculous. No, come out of that. This is a
Falling
real
in
a
lust.
decision. This is an adult decision that people need to make for real, and a commitment that you really truly have to be serious
And I
about.
be having
Mm-hmm.
these
And
kids be giving birth to just kids. Oh, back to back with these broken homes. Y'all don't even
right,
know who y'all are, and y'all are giving. Y'all haven't
right,
even figured out life but you want to bring
Right.
another being into this. Man, say
Yeah, and then you don't even know what these people families got on them or whatever, and now you having a child, and now you having to deal with some of the issues that you can see had you been a little bit more informed,
and
you
and,
know, a little
and
bit, you wouldn't have
and
picked this
you
person.
struggling and you got a newborn and now your baby already got your generational curses and ain't even
Right,
old enough to understand what's
right,
going on around them, man. Come
right,
on now.
right.
Come on, man. People gotta wake up. People gotta do better, my nigga. You gotta fight
You
that
just got
lust, that feeling, that
right.
wanting to feel good, that pleasure. You gotta go. When you go against that, that's when you become powerful. None of that stuff will matter when you're able to beat that.
I think that'll be
Man,
when we really truly tap in and really understand who we are and what we are to God, to the loving
right.
God, to Father God, who we truly are, and how I don't even know the words to say
Knowing
what
our
being we are,
worth.
to how magnificent we are. You will be we if we really
Yes.
knew what we were, we would have maybe been a lot more selective
We gotta know
in
our
our
value,
things.
our
We don't
of being
value ourselves,
worthy.
and that's it. And that's how I
You're
feel.
right. You're right.
It's
And
about
like,
valuing yourself. So when you
it's
value,
crazy. It's crazy. Well, it's crazy because you see like people, melanated people, neuromelanated people. I don't really like saying black a lot, but you see, we it's crazy because we know who we are. You see us bragging on ourselves. Oh, I love our people in the comments. Y'all see it all the time. We quick to uplift a black celebrity, but when it comes to our communities and the people around us, we're mean and hateful to them and stuff like that. And we teach it like, why are you praising a stranger who don't give a damn about you? Y'all so quick to back up. Oh, I love my people. That's how we do. Where are y'all at when it get the stuff hits the fan? Why
I
aren't
think
y'all sticking together? Why is it
right.
that
I think like
these
even
It's
go
like
ahead.
everyone's living in a fantasy land and not
Yep.
giving
and
a
you know
crap
what's
about what's
crazy?
going on in real life right in front of their eyes and amongst their own.
I
Every,
literally seen on Instagram they do a poll. Y'all know they have them blogs like the Shade Room and stuff. They did a poll and they asked people, if you found out that the world was a dream, would you want to stay asleep or be awake? And you would be, actually you shouldn't be surprised. I barely seen more than 10 comments that said that they would want to be awake being there. They all wanted to stay asleep. They all wanted to stay in
Yeah.
dreamland.
we are
So
No,
it's
sleep.
like,
thank you.
it's like, come on, man, come on. Like, what is it? Like, when I hear songs, like, what do you want from a life of the hopeless? And not saying that everyone here is hopeless, but a lot of people don't care about God. They don't love God. They say they do, but they hide behind God with secret hate in their heart. And I was gonna mention this, because this was brought up last week about okay, nor we know black people are children of the sun, the sun, the son, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that, it's not, like I said, it's not about race. This whole story has unfortunately genetically modified beings, like people of different origins and cultures and stuff. And there was a lady mad. She had got upset because there was something posted about how black people, how we have kinky hair, and that the follicle in our hair, it grows up toward the sun, like a nine, and how straight hair grows inside the follicle like a six. And they were upset and like, no, that's not true. When they were seeing like black people, um I guess like not necessarily say brag, but you know, talk about who we are and where we come from and loving our hair. You know what I'm saying? Because for so long and even now, we used to, people told us our hair is ugly and we didn't want to wear our natural hair. So when we talk about, oh, our hair is special, I see like people of other races, they get jealous and, oh, you know, it's not, and they weren't black and da da da. It's like a lot of people be saying they're on a spiritual journey and that they love God, but they really have secret hate in their heart still. And you can't hide that. No matter how hard you try, it's gonna come out. Everything in the dark comes to the light. It has to. There's no other way around it. But with that being said, back to the whole polygamy and all that, the Adam and Eve story. Oh my God, brother
Oh,
BC and
sister,
everyone on the live. That's all. I like I said, spirit just been revealing
listen,
so much to me.
You
And
all,
like I said, they made the woman be the bad guy. They had somebody
yeah.
had to be the bad guy.
I have to go. I have to go, BC, but I just want to leave you all with this. And I hear everything you all saying. I apologize for taking over this platform like I did. I wasn't expecting it. But I was supposed to get into this other, whatever it's called. I was supposed to, a couple of weeks ago, and I've been missing it. And I said I was going to catch it today. But let me just say this. This is the icing, I guess, on the cake. I said, but what you all were saying, on that note, I was listening to y'all. See, the thing about why you all are not dealing with nobody right now, the Father's separating us. We are becoming virgins again. So he's separating us from and bringing us into a purity. And this is why a lot of us is not marrying. And people talking about, see, the thing they talking about, well, it's going to be 10 women to one husband. First of all, whatever they're going to be doing and messing up, the reason why it's going to be 10 women, is because it ain't going to be enough of these men around. They probably going to be who knows what.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and we're going to need them for certain muscles to do certain things a woman, don't have the strength to do. That's what that's about. And I had to tell a brother about that before. But I'm going to just say this. This is where he talks about this. You should, well, the sister that missed the part about the Leviticus 18, 18, neither shall you take a wife to her husband to vex her, to uncover her nakedness besides the other in her lifetime. And that would back up with the what I was saying. Just look at 1 Timothy 4:16 to 5:1, 2, and 3, and it talks about who's the elders and respect them families. It's so much going on. But this part about the polygamy, what about the part when the Hamashiach said this? In verse 27 of 5, you have heard that it was said by them of old time, you shall not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his love heart. Oh man, but so the thing
Because your
is,
thoughts, it's because your
yeah,
thoughts are powerful. That's
and
why.
and then it say if your right hand, but not say it have been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. And that's it. You see what I'm saying? You ain't no getting around it. But as far as with David, they try to say, well, the father gave David wives. So that's what they try to throw. And I'm out on this one because
Yeah, the bad father, not the most
right.
high.
They say, but when they say Exodus 20, the Father confirms, he said, you shall not kill. How you killing? When you breaking your wife's heart or your husband's heart. You shall not commit adultery. Boom. I mean,
It's
how
like when
so?
you're making her jealous and sad, you're
Right.
slowly
What you
killing her.
said, the polygamy, you was in one, so you know. Then it said, "You shall not steal." Why you doing? How you stealing? When he say, "Don't sit up there and bring somebody else," and then you just stealing her heart, you stealing her joy. He said, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor." Lying to him, no, I ain't into her, and you always over there. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or vice versa. But now I just want to hit David, and that's it. About the
I
David. Go
That's
ahead.
crazy. You said that covet scripture because yesterday there was something on the internet about a dude that people was thinking it was funny because it was an African man and he was going off because he was looking at this girl was cooking and I guess her dude liked to be in the cooking video and he was like, "Move, we want to see her." Da da da. And when I went to the comments, because I always like to see what like how people are thinking with stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Me
So I'll
too.
go to the comments and everybody's laughing. Oh, I love it.
Mm.
Da, da, da. But I see one. There's one in the comments, and it quotes that verse right there. There shall not covet another
Right.
man's wife. Right there.
And vice versa. That's vice versa. Anytime
Yep.
you go off somebody else, you covet it.
Hey, I
And
just
so,
worked on it.
let me get right
At
here.
work, I receive free.
It say now Samuel. It says in first in Second Samuel, it says, "And I gave you your master's house and your master wives into your bosom, and gave you the house of Israel and of Judah." Well, this is the reason why he said that. Because whenever, just like America, whenever they claim that they say they kidnapped us and we became America's wives, they stole wives, they stole children, they stole rats and roaches
But
too.
here's the thing, and I already showed everyone this. So I told y'all a while ago. I'm not sure if y'all watched. It's on his brother BC's YouTube channel. It also shared to Facebook. But I told y'all a while ago about the red, white, and blue being upper. I don't even like saying Egypt. I just like saying
Yeah, I
Kemet,
agree.
Kemet, because
Mhm,
Egypt
mhm.
was made up for Egyptian
That's
people
right.
that they created and made. Okay, in
That's
their
right.
image or whatever. So whenever they separated Egypt, though, you have Upper Egypt, or Egypt, Kemet, and Middle, right? So y'all the if I'm not mistaken, Upper Egypt was red, Middle was the white, and I believe Lower Egypt was the blue. So
Mm.
that's where you get the red, white, and blue. America is Kemet. America,
Yeah,
we
it
are
is.
not on the other side.
That's a good
Like,
point.
y'all would be surprised how much they're lying to you. We're actually
Mhm.
closer to each other than we all think.
So on that note, I'm finna get out of here, but I would just say when they tried to say the thing is reason why David, whenever a king takes over another kingdom, he's responsible for their oppressors, families that's left alive, like the children, their gold, their wives. Yes, that don't mean that he's sleeping with all of them, but the father is so different, and that's why how America got what they got. Just like you look at with Ukraine and Russia, this is the same thing, but many wives then came over here. Many children and many rats and roaches came with them. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like wherever. I'm just saying, all kinds of stuff came. Animals, all kinds of stuff came. It
Yeah,
wasn't just
yeah.
them.
No,
Everything
yeah.
came. Everything. Seriously, they got their houses and all that stuff. They got their cribs.
Roaches. You think roaches is natural? Hell
Everything. No, no, but I'm just saying they got all of that. So they leave that part out. They only want to say, oh, well, he gave him wives. You forgot about the part where, hey, he gave him roaches and rats and,
no. Yeah, yeah.
and houses and all kinds of other stuff. So that's my time, you all. I might can come back, but it's two sessions I suppose we're going into. And I hope I miss them, but the reason why I want to I'm gonna try to come back with some good news because it has something to do with the land commit that you said. This place that's the real deal. And like I'll just say this: if you was a thief, would you tell somebody you come into their country
No.
and telling them that you're gonna steal their gold and that we kidnapped y'all from somewhere else and we brought y'all here? Crap, no, we've been here. So let me get up out of here and I'm gonna try to come back sooner or later, okay? If I can. It's good talking with you all as I basically saying it all.
Thank you,
So
Sister Jerry.
thank you all. Shalom, shalom. Keep up that good fight, you all. I'm glad we're on one accord. Shalom.
Raka, Mr. Fox.
Gratitude, sister.
Next.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I don't read the Bible, but I grew up on it. You know what I'm saying? Baptist. So, like I said, a lot of the things that I have came across, a lot of the things I've came across, I have discerned. But yeah, like she was saying with the whole polygamy thing, all of this stuff is literally man-made words, man-made, created, just to make the woman seem like the bad guy, so we could be more submissive to our husband. You have to think, if all these Christian women are reading the Bible, they're gonna be servants, slaves to their husbands. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're like, oh, if you're in a marriage and he's cheating and you're unhappy, you got to make it work. Why would I stay in somewhere that makes me unhappy? If God told me to cut off my right arm, if it's causing me to sin, what is the difference between cutting something off that's causing me to sin, which is me having all these negative emotions in my temple? I want to be happy. God wants me to be happy. God wants me to live life to the fullest. If I'm trying to please a man who don't want to be pleased, or trying to stay somewhere where they don't want me, you're a fool. You're a fool. So that's why they created this story with the whole Lilith and the woman being the snake and blah blah blah, because she wasn't going for that. How do I get, like I said, some of y'all don't know, whenever they did see, when they create, they DNA splice these bodies, they didn't have the breath of life. So when they made Adam or whatever, he was asleep still. He was in deep sleep. He was there, but he was in a sleep. Eve had to call out to him and tell him to get up, Adam. So you mean to tell me you think just because they said, because Inky or Lil said that you're in charge of me, that I have to bow down to you? And I heard that it was like now what's said is that once they realized that she was aware or whatever, the angels or the sons of God came down and they wanted to rape Eve. Eve left her shadow and became a tree. The tree of, that's why they say tree of life. And you hear a lot of people referring to the woman and stuff, and the umbilical cord and your placenta and all that being a tree. You know what I'm saying? This is why all that is connected. And then the owl, they say the owl was inside of the tree. It's we, that's why we have our dark side. Some people call it kundalini, blah blah blah, but this is what's in you. Even Lilith, like I said, you can have your own view, but they are one and the same. It's your fight or flight mode. It's learning to control your dark side. And if you are in danger, serious danger, then yeah, it's there to protect you at all times. But you don't use it for bad intention. You know what I'm saying? Because that side of you also has a certain type of power, and this is what the enemies know. This is what the people that try to control you, this is what they know. So they steal it in a different way. They steal your power in different ways, and because you don't know who you are and where you come from, it's so easy to do it and blind you and manipulate you. But I'm here to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? The woman is not evil, bro. Y'all men have to stop disrespecting women, fam. It's not the woman who did this. It's the people that wanted to be in charge who did this, not us. We didn't do anything. We, if anything, we helped y'all create this, and this is the things that we get.
Yep.
This is the things that God gets.
Someone just said something too, and this is the fight. This is man's. We're fighting against. That's why I don't really get into like that, like reading that word like that too much either, because it's like I think it's kind of common sense already. You
Like I
know,
said, it's just you're right. It's just a lot, and um, like I said, they created this fake story. Oh, Lilith's a demon, but like I said, when you got to think, if a monster is coming down to rape you or have sex with you, and she already left her dark side, which is your, some people say monster, whatever, your zodiac. That's why your zodiacs are monsters and or animals and insect type stuff, or and hybrid type animals, right? So she left her monster back, but behind. You know what I'm saying? That's why you call her the screeching owl or whatever they want to say. The night owl, lady, what lady of the night is where that comes from, right? So she left that behind. So they made it. They made it, and they gave birth to monsters, Nephilim, different things like that. They say that that Lilith is a, they say it's crazy because if you look at all the stories, all the goddesses, all the fake stories of these fake goddesses, these Greek goddesses and the Norse goddesses, they all want to be one, but there can only be one. You know what I'm saying? So she gave birth to these monsters, and her knowing that they were monsters, like, I don't know. I just don't want to get too much into it. I just, we are half reptilian. We're reptilian, mammal, human, the brain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why some of us that are real. I'm talking about the real people, not the NPCs or whatever. Um, With that being said, they knew this. So when they said go be fruitful and multiply, they knew what they were doing when they were doing this, but it got out of hand. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, they corrupted the womb, they corrupted the woman, and was literally raping women to give birth to their monster sons and their monster children to populate this earth. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, once they seen it got out of hand, they tried to kill everything off. You know what I'm saying? But it was too late. And
Flatter
then
the
you had Inky. Go ahead.
like it's like weird because you see them out there trying to like flatter, make themselves all beautified and to look like a woman.
Oh yeah, and yeah. This is why they want to be us because the power we have. So that's where you get, you know what I'm saying, transgender and probably one of them seeing how much like power, or I'm not. Excuse me, I don't even want to use the word power, but one of them probably seeing how much women was loved by source. Or you gotta think, I told you guys that Eve breathed life into Adam. That is something that when they when they took the rib out and genetically modified the body, they couldn't do that. So of course they would want to be the woman. You know what I'm saying? So they portray as women sometimes and men, you know what I'm saying? They don't have that type of authority. They want to be able. When I say they, I mean the sons of God who entrapped the world. You know what I'm saying? The ones who separated the waters from the waters. That's what I'm talking about. The God in the Bible that says he's jealous and you have to pay your taxes on the land. Why, if the Most High, if the Creator, first and foremost, created this planet, this ground, this earth for us, who do I have to pay? Who said I have to pay you? Nobody said this is God's earth. That means that everything on this earth belongs to me and to you, the children of the Most High. So when y'all stop being comfortable with being slaves, meaning when you stop being comfortable going to work, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. There's no way around it. I'm sorry. And you're either going to have your spiritual awakening or a rude awakening. It's really up to you. But when you stop, like I heard Brother Iron Bush say the other day, people that go to work every day that have good successful jobs, they're already deep into slavery. You know what I'm saying? But when you ready to come out of that and lose all the things that the luxuries of the world, because it's bound to happen. I'm just giving you the real. Like we always say, spiritual awakening and all this. It's not no fairy tale. It's not no. Oh my God, I'm gonna see aliens. No, it's not like that. You literally go down to the lowest you've ever been. Dang near. It is testing you. It's literally testing you to see if you one of them ones. Only the strong gonna survive. Are you gonna let this life make you or break you? You know what I'm saying? And once you come out of that, this is when you start being able to, okay, I made it through that. God, I realized what God was trying to show me. I took responsibility for wherever I'm in, because at the end of the day, I don't care what the situation is, you got yourself there. You did. So that means you are in control of bringing yourself out of it. So
That's
with
so.
that being, go
That's why
ahead.
so many look outside when they need to be looking inside themselves for the answers.
Exactly. The world teaching you to worship somebody outside of yourself. Like, you don't even know who you worshiping. You only know what someone taught you. Who are they? And who taught them? And who are they? And what are they into? That's why you can't, it kind of goes into the sleeping with each other and the polygamy. It's like,
Yes.
why would you sleep with them? Who are they with? And who are they with? You know what I'm saying? You have to be very careful. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just not valuing yourself again. Back to that, like in not honoring the spirit that's in you and how it operates, and us knowing who and what we truly are. Because if we really knew that, we would have been more careful with our bodies. But
Andy
yeah.
Tovar,
100% sister.
I never said hell was on earth. We're in Middle Earth, sweetheart. Hell is underneath us. That's why the core of the earth is hot, sweetie. Go
Yes,
ahead.
the indoctrination and the lies and the confusion throughout the Bible and through all the churches and through theirs has well and truly worked on many, many people. And it's nice to see that, there's hope for everybody to come out of this. But it is, like you said, Sister Elizabeth, it's a hard road, and you are the only one that can help thyself. And I find that that's where it's the hardest and where you get looked at wop-eyed. And, once you go through all the stages, you come out on the other side where you're strong enough to deal with the fact that and to acknowledge I am in this alone. But
Yeah.
the example is what gives our loved ones and everyone around us that we care for, and just anyone in general, the hopes that they will see it just through your works and the way that you walk.
And this is what the stars and the drawings that the ancestors left behind, the teachings that they hid from you, this is what they were telling you. The secrets that I'm telling you, this is what they gave us the tools. We see they know that you are the only one that can save you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they left us clues, they left us things, but unfortunately the bad guys, or maybe some people that were good and they turned bad, you know what I'm saying, they gave that up for the luxuries of the world. But because God loved us, the most high source creator loved us so much, and the Holy Mother loved us so much, we still have a way to get out of here, and they can't. And that's why they want to keep us trapped. This is why they want to keep us trapped. The dust that we come from, they're not talking about the dirt in the ground, you guys. They're talking about cosmic dust. When I tell y'all that the human body is a parasite, I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys, but it's like
Yeah.
it was formed to create this, you know what I'm saying? That's why the body has to detox itself. You have to go number one and go number two. This is why when you go to sleep and you wake up, you have eye crust. This is why your body sheds its skin every few months. These bodies were made and they're not perfect, so they have to do these things. You know what I'm saying? You're not
When you
from
coming
the
up this long way for?
you're not from this is cosmic dust. And I posted this on my page. I know some of y'all may have seen this, but when they say from dust you came, from dust you shall return, you didn't come from the ground. What makes you think you came out of the ground? So why would you be going back into the ground? Like, does that make sense? So you got to stop believing everything that someone else has taught you. Like I said, people are looking up to the sky for aliens. Y'all be so interested in spookism and ghosts and things like that when there's already these type of beings all around you. You just don't know it because they got you blind with fake stuff, smoke and mirrors, and projecting on the TV. So you think a ghost, a witch, and a vampire is somebody with a long pointy nose and a hat, somebody with a white sheet, and a vampire is a Dracula, I want to suck your blood. When a vampire is a parasite that's in your stomach feeding off of you, and every time you eat and it tells you to eat, so do you. And it's not even you no more. Just like BC posted that he did a live and someone sent it to me like 5 days later, but it wasn't a someone who sent it. That's the thing. That's another story. Anyway, but he was talking about entities inside you, meaning when these, like I said, when we look at aliens on the TV, they look scary. But when you look at a germ, a parasite, and stuff under a microscope, they look like the aliens on Men in Black. These parasites, you can't see them. We know that germs, when you go into the restroom, we know germs are everywhere. We know when someone coughs, there's germs in the air, but you cannot see them, but they are there. So with the entities inside you and these spirits, BC was saying that you already have this thing inside of you. It's already taken over and you don't even know. You don't even know. That's why Inky and the Lord that they talk about in the Bible, that's why he's the Lord of hosts. Because a parasite needs a host. And
And that's why we should be
when we
fasting.
are born, we are a host until we're able to kill that and break free from whatever parasite is keeping us blind and keeping this film over our eyes. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you should be. That's why we should be fasting off,
Exactly, because
kill off,
everything
and
that
let
we
things
eat,
die.
every
Yeah.
they believe it or not, they do spell casting over your foods, even if it's not a meat, the junk food, whatever. They put spells on it when they write these names in these late. See, Spirit told me, oh my gosh, you guys, Spirit told me the day before yesterday. Spirit was saying it's all in the name, right? And I was one of my friends has sent me something on Instagram, Empress, and it was saying something. I'm gonna share with you guys, but it was saying about the name. It was saying about and basically confirming what Spirit told me. So with these, everything that you buy, remember you're buying that someone's name. You're not, you know what I'm saying? They tell you this, but everything around us, you guys, from the buildings, the colleges, the school, it's named after someone. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in the name. And whatever you do, you're giving energy to it. Like this world, it's not what you think. The world isn't what you think. You're looking to the sky for aliens, and they're gonna give you fake ones probably, but the aliens are already here. They're the things that you cannot see, which are the germs, the bacteria. You think a parasite gives a damn if you live in suburbia in the Hollywood Hills and you take 3 showers a day and you healthy? You think a parasite or a germ gives a damn how healthy you are? You can go to the doctor as much as you want. If it's around and it's meant to be in you, you're gonna get whatever it is. How many times have you heard, oh my God, they were so healthy, what happened? What do you think? So just like demons don't discriminate, they are one and the same. A lot of people say the Nephilim, some people I heard them say they shrank or they're smaller. Yeah, they're parasites hiding. They're the shit you can't see, but are there. They're there.
There's little black things in the cloud I found.
Yeah, them are probably drones, all type of cameras. Like the America, y'all, they created. This is basically a people farm, and they just keep trapping y'all souls. The people that have souls and spirits. There's an electric magnetic field. This is what the firmament is, right there, and the moon plays a big part in this. This is why I told y'all when they say the thing that killed the dinosaurs, which it didn't kill them, killed some, but it all has to do with it. And this is how they keep people in a time trap and soul trap. And people say they seen a white light. I'm gonna tell you right now, when you die, if you really die, you don't see no white light. You don't. And it goes with astral projection and all that. You know what I'm saying? In the body, like I said, when they told y'all Jesus left, why do I keep saying that? It says that Jesus died for 3 days and rose, right? The thing is, and I'm not even sure it's Jesus. I'm gonna say the Son of God. I really do not like using names, y'all. As y'all can see, like they play so many games. So they say the true Son of God died, was able to come back 3 days. This is why the body, just like Sister Juanita said, it's about fasting and things. They talked about how Jesus and the Son of God fasted for 40 days, 40 nights. His body, this is what you got to realize. His body was so imbalanced, not like good balance. His body was so balanced that he was able to die supposedly, but what he did, he left his body, his spirit and his soul. He was able to, you know how they tell us astral project and we could walk around different realms. He left, but his flesh didn't have no rigor mortis. It didn't decay. It didn't stink. It stayed how it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Because he was so in control of that flesh. This is why you have to learn to control your flesh and your mind, and everything else flows to it. He was so it had so much balance in his body that he was able to astral project and leave that body for 3 days. We astral project in a dream and be tripped out. Imagine being able to leave your body for 3 days, go anywhere. That's why they scared of us, people that can do that. Imagine being able to leave your body and go anywhere, just like the enemies can jump into bodies, y'all. I'm telling you, it's and minds, telepathy. So he left for 3 days, but he was able to come back into his body and then get up and move. It's like I said, it's really fascinating. We are the aliens, like they said. We are the extraterrestrials. We have abilities and stuff, God-given gifts, and they lie to us and they trick us and they steal it from us in different ways. But like Sister Juanita said again, once we realize how powerful we once you realize how powerful you are, you're not gonna want them to steal it. You're gonna want every bit of your energy. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to manifest whatever. You can't manifest what you want because you're manifesting the TV, what the TV is saying. You're manifesting what your phone is saying. You're manifesting to the distractions around the world. You're giving these negative entities, these negative drama filled people in your life your attention. So you can't give your attention to meditating and self affirmation so your life and your world can get better. You know what I'm saying? So stop looking to the sky for a freaking alien, or stop trying to be a part of the spookism. You want a demon to get you, but they go come, don't worry. You ain't gotta do all that. It's really that part, you ain't even gotta worry about that. That is already here. What you should be focusing on is literally waking up every day. Gratitude first thing. I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give you a small piece of my testimony. Before I was awakened, but I was still learning the process. And I used to wake up and I wasn't doing my promo like I was usually doing before I had my awakening. So I was waking up, I was showing gratitude, but I had a spirit of, dang, how am I gonna get some money today? Da da da. Until I realized that it's not. I needed to be grateful for the day and having what I had, literally not wanting more and realizing if I have it, if I don't, I'm just grateful. I'm not gonna think about money or think about where it's gonna come from or try to, because my intention behind it isn't good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It's kind of, even though I thank God, it kind of was like the first thing on my mind and kind of all I cared about, when that's not what it was supposed to be. So I had to check myself and correct myself and teach myself and break myself from out of thinking like that. So now I don't even, I literally don't even worry about it. And it comes to me so easily, y'all. Like, and I know that's only because of God, you know what I'm saying? And because of, I'm getting rewarded because God sees my efforts. He sees the work that I'm putting in and things like that. All these things will flow naturally once you do the first steps. You can't manifest if you haven't even killed ego and pride. How, you know what I'm saying? You can't.
Crazy,
It's a lot of stuff.
because it just makes me think of how much I have really changed. Like, I hate going into stores now. There's nothing in that store I want. There's nothing I can even think of in this. I've already searched through everything for happiness and didn't get anything from this material world. I don't want anything. So it's like, if I get $20, I give 18 away, and I'll keep two for myself. I That's where I find the joy.
Yeah, and I used to see what with me, when I used to have money and I would be like, okay, I'm not gonna spend this so I can have this for tomorrow. Now I don't worry about tomorrow. I let it go because I know it's gonna come to me easily. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold on to it, and I don't think, oh, because if I'm already thinking I need to save this because I don't know, I'm already doubting to me being it. You know what I'm saying? I'm already doubting my abilities for tomorrow. I'm already
Yeah,
doubting the
think
potential
that.
and the abundance that I could have for tomorrow.
I just
So, oh
really
yeah, and like Sister Debbie, some people were born in the beginning, they were created in the image of them. Um, I wasn't born. But yeah, some people were born. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not this body. I'm not this body. I'm just incognito right now. I'm Eve's daughter, so yeah.
See, I
But
remember, like, I can't ever remember any other time I've left my body, but this last one here, I can remember everything. I remember when I left my body. I can remember being breathed into. I
Yeah.
can remember actually it was a man that was being shown, like, I guess who my husband or whatever was going to be, and he was took me on a boat and spent all these hours just to make sure where I got to that I was there safe. And then I remember hearing about pick one child, hearing that, and then I can remember hearing about my background and Abraham being brought up. Usually, I can't remember everything, but it was just like it was. It's just like it just happened. Like like my body can feel like it relives it. Like, guess not meant to forget it.
Been a long time since I had a dream that I flew, and that one that I did dream where I flew, I was so happy just looking above everybody floating around them. And it's been a long time since I've been dreaming, and I believe now that I know why. It's because I've got too many blocks, just with you know, the the world, just what we've all been through.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the day that it comes. I sort of don't push for it. I know that it'll come naturally, and I know that when it does come naturally, I know that I've, you know, accomplished another hurdle in the wakening up process and ascending, I suppose you could say. And just to get back onto when you guys were talking about money, and letting go of
Yeah.
being a slave in this world. Um, I'm the same. I seem to get my joys out of if I can lift somebody, because um, if, in this world I
Yeah,
found it
I'm
hard to
listening
access.
to you, sister. And you're right. Like this world, if it
It's
can, it'll
hard.
break you. If it can, it will
Yes,
break you. They use bad things to hold you here. The bad the hurt, the pain, and all that. That's what keeps you trapped. If you don't let it go, you're not gonna. How can you rise if you're holding yourself down with that? All the You got to
exactly.
think what comes with pain and anger. It's heavy. It's obviously a situation that weighs heavy on you, so you can't rise unless you let that situation go. That's why you give everything to God and you don't worry. Like you said with the money thing, like once I ended up breaking the part about waking up, then I had to realize, okay, then I need to stop holding on to it. Stop saying, oh, tomorrow, da da da. Let it go. Give it willingly, because it naturally, money is nothing. Money is nothing but a paper. It's nothing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like they
Literally.
say, the
Y'all,
root of all evil.
what y'all don't know, money, y'all, the woman is money. Like I said, the currency, the sea, the waters, the woman is the currency. We are the money.
Say that. Say that.
The we are the money. Literally, we are. if you look at I've been reading a lot about like stuff in history and things like that, and I see the money from way back, like some of the first money, you guys, they have women on them. There's no man, there's no, it's a woman's head, and when I look, and when you click on the name, it's named something totally different, but I click on it and it's a money, it's a coin, and it's a form of currency. So they've been doing this, and you have to think in
Why doesn't
other
that surprise me?
yeah, in other countries, what do the fathers do? They give their daughters and stuff away as what, a form of payment, and they marry, like you.
Boom.
That's not
Boom.
good.
That's good. Hey, you nailed it. You nailed it. That's true. Yeah, I came back. They're not doing it to the 17th, but I got another one later on in a minute. But you nailed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's like I said. We the money, we everything. Inky, how are you gonna tell me I'm under you? I breathe life into you. I gave you life because I'm connected to source.
and you want to boss me around and you want me to do all these unholy things, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going for wasn't she was not Eve was not going for that because
That's
Eve
right.
knew who she was. She knew that even though she was in that body wherever she was, that she was still connected to the Most High, still connected to Source. And she didn't want to be a part of that crap.
And neither are we. We ain't gonna be with that. No, you're not
Exactly.
gonna.
So
We're gonna.
like
You're gonna turn us into a tuna sandwich.
exactly. There's a difference. See, let me let y'all. There's a difference between being humble and then telling the truth and speaking what's right, and you know what I'm saying. Don't tell me to be humble, because if you look up the meaning of humble, the root meaning, it means to belittle yourself, to peasant yourself. No, I'm gonna wake up every day and self-affirm and remind myself who I am. I am everything and everything is me. I am beautiful, I am smart, I am loved, I deserve love, and I am going to get that. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be humble. Why would
That's
I
what I
why would
did.
I want to
Started doing that every day, and it changed everything. Just
it
looking
will.
at my and
Yes.
saying it.
You know what, sister? I didn't used to do that, and I used to see people do that. I would see it, and I was taught that, but I never gave no thought to it. I didn't think it would, you know what I'm saying? Me being in the world and not even being what I taught, just being stubborn and all that type of stuff probably don't work. I've done said it before, but if you only do it once or twice, it's just like you sing a song on repeat and you sing little happy birthday on repeat. You got to say these things to yourself on repeat daily. So why would I be humble, which is stay beneath and stay low? And no, I want to be the best, highest version of myself, the one that the Most High created me to be, the one that Source wants me to be, and the one that my Holy Mother wants me to be free and happy and live my best life. That even though I am trapped here, I'm working on a way to get out, and I'm going to make the best out of this world. Like, we could change the tides. Like, right now it's evil, but we all have, especially us women, we have the power to change this whole globe.
I love that, sister.
Yeah,
And I and
seriously.
I agree, 100%. And I'm going to stop using the word humble, thanks to you pointing that out to me.
Yeah, yeah. Humble means to belittle yourself and keep yourself underneath. That's why they got that song, be humble, and they say the word the B word, sit down. Be humble, sit no, you sit down. I'm not gonna sit down, and I'm not a bitch. I'm not none of those things that y'all label. I am a woman. I am loved by the Most High. I'm loved by the Creator. Like, the women need to stop. How can I say this? Women, we gotta like Sister Melanie and Sister Sherry said. You gotta start telling yourself self-affirming things and knowing it and believing it. It's already true. You just gotta keep telling yourself so you can start believing it. It's already written. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta love ourselves truly and empower ourselves. We know the world isn't trying to empower us. A man, 9 times out of 10, men aren't gonna try to empower you. So it's up to you. And I'm not in no means am I speaking down on men at all, because there are men who serve God. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to talk to no man if I can't talk about you with God, and I don't even want to talk. If you can talk to me about some nonsense and show, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. If you couldn't hear nothing positive or something about God that I was talking about, so there are men out there like that. A lot of men do have pride and ego. Like I said, with this whole spirituality stuff, we can see it online. The men quarrel a little bit more because everybody wants to be a chief, but it ain't enough Indians. And it's not even about following. We all have a different role. It goes back to the Adam and Eve. We're partners. I'm not beneath you. We all are a team, or we
Yes,
all form one body of Christ. We all have
exactly.
parts. We make the whole system work if we work
Agreed.
together, not underneath each other.
Thank
True.
you.
Message.
But yeah, yep, that's true. Spirit's just been revealing a lot about
a lot of things. And brother BC, it's crazy you have brought up Azazel yesterday, because I kid you not, I was in the car with somebody and they were reading on Instagram. I don't know if anyone else seen this, but the guy who created the automatic switch, he said that he felt bad that he created that for the world, because now teenagers and things got their hand on it. He said that he originally made it for the military, and he said he wished he would have invented something better for the world. And the first thing that came to mind was Azazel, because Azazel taught about guns and irons and blacksmith and teaching the forging of the weapons. So later on in the day, I seen you talk about that. I'm like, wow. I'm like, whoa. Like, you always are hitting on something I'm already hearing from the spirit, and I go and I see. So just a lot of things. They know what they did to the world. Like, just how when we get our children, it's about what you're taught. They came to this world and they taught mankind all these wicked things, and they know what they did. You know what I'm saying? Azazel knows with the guns and everything what he created and things, like not just him, Yakub, Enlil, Inky, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Who they stole this land from the true inheritance. So
Hundred
that's
percent.
why they're really fighting over there.
I'm,
Yep.
I'm, I'm a witness. He did talk about his L yesterday. Yep.
Each
But the
of
person that I mentioned is Azazel too. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I was just, I just, people probably be thinking I'm crazy because he read that and I'm in the car and I'm just looking and I look and I'm like, Azazel, and I just say it like that. They're probably like, what the hell? But I know what these things are like. Even though it looks like a man saying that, it's really the spirit in him that's regretting what it's done. It's looking at the world now and seeing the damage that you created, the what you done to mankind. It's judgment. Oh yeah, somebody else was talking about judgment. Oh yeah, judgment is here. Judgment's here for sure. So
judgment.
judgment is upon the world. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. This the year of judgment. Yes, it is. I agree.
Now he want to feel bad for what he did. But you knew what you were doing when you done it. You knew all the secrets to the world, and you still, you know what I'm saying? So there's a price to pay for every action. For just like every action, there's a reaction, or every how do they say it, right? Every action has a reaction or something. For every
That's
action,
right.
there's a consequence, a price to be paid for what was done.
Yes.
If they came to this world and they created this false draconian law, and you want to hold mankind under your law, there's a galactic universal law that you also broke, that you have to stand before judgment. You the same laws you put on mankind, you have to stand. You'll be those same charges will be brought against you. You cannot do that to mankind and think you're gonna get away with it. And the crazy thing is, like brother BC said, a lot of us are from the first heaven, you know what I'm saying, or from then, so we know what's going on, and we came here to help, and somehow we got tricked and shit and stuff, and became sleep, and now we waking up too, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of stuff going on, and y'all just have to stop taking things so lightly, you guys. That's why they are able to do what they do. People don't take anything seriously.
No,
People
they
don't take
definitely
anything
don't.
seriously. And at the end of the day, you let me get something straight about selling. You cannot sell your soul. First of all, it does not belong to you. It doesn't even belong to you. Source, the God could snatch it up in a heartbeat. So if to think that the devil or Satan owns you, you're mistaken. What it is that they give up their free will and they allow whatever entity or Satan, whatever deal they make with whatever demon, they give up their ability to have free will, and I would say consciousness, but because they are still conscious, but
they can't say anything. They don't have free will. You get what I'm saying? That's
Yep.
what selling your soul is. It's not, oh, you own my soul, Satan. No, it's not that. Like I said, all souls belong to God first and foremost.
It's like
Satan.
they have to keep doing what they are doing,
Yes,
or
you
that's the
have to
thing.
keep pushing the agenda. You made a deal. So now you don't get to do what you want to do. You have to do what we tell you. And if you don't do what we tell you, you get punished by the demons. And that's why you see little stuff. They be saying, "Oh, they're handler and da da da." This is why when you make a deal with the enemies and stuff, and then you start trying to be good, you think they're gonna be happy about that? You think they're gonna you told us you wasn't gonna do that, and we gave you all this money, we gave you everything you asked for, and you think you're gonna go against us? That's how they
Yeah.
think. That's
Yeah.
how they think.
Basically, they think they own them. Then.
Yeah, yeah, it's like you are like, yeah, and it
Yep.
goes back to everything. Think about when you're in a relationship and how it said in the Bible that the woman has to serve the man. It's like the man owns you. And y'all know that song, "You Don't Own Me." You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yep.
reason. Not to bring that up, but a lot of females been painted out to be the bad guy, but really it's we had our own free mind, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that we had uh more authority. The fallen, the bad sons of God, they didn't like that the woman had the power. So they created this fake little story and said that we the snake, we're evil and blase blase, when really we're the good guys. Or
Yep.
not even God, we're the good, we we freaking
We're
made
the
this
nurturers
world.
and the healers.
Yeah, we made this freaking world, basically.
Sister, let me share this with you all. Ever since Sister Becky invited me on that battlefield when she crossed over, her sword was lightning, mine was fire. And whenever something is really serious going on, I pull out that fire sword and I go to whooping some real butt, demonic butt.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? It works. It works. But a lot of times, before I even know it or think about it, the Royal Highest Majesty always goes before me in battle.
Yep.
The way he does things is intentional, and I'm learning. But he also invites me to the party.
No, for
And
real.
I mean, tearing it up. And I mean, I slay him. I slay him quick.
I
It's
love
not
it.
about flesh and blood. It's about some demonic spirits that try to
Yes.
raise up, and they will get away with it if we don't remember and get into ourselves, into the greater He that is in us, and get into ourselves and recognize, and He'll wake us up. And I'm thankful.
Yeah.
The Father is this is a year of judgment, and He's waking us up, and I'm so thankful. I, and then the next thing I know, I get calls. Did you hear about what happened to so? I be like, did you hear about what over here and over there? I mean, these are some things He's hitting on nations. He's not playing. And He's
Yep.
using us and inviting us on the battlefield, and we witnessing stuff, and it's like, wow. Even before we even know, and they think we don't know. No, we don't know, but we know that the Father's fighting for us. And guess who's winning? We are. Yep.
100%.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I thought I was
Hallelujah
the
to
only
that.
one. I thought I was the
So
only one who did that.
pissing them off, actually. Right?
Oh, Sister Keller, thank you so much. Did you get what I was saying about when during the time Becky had crossed over? And I know it sounded real crazy with everybody because everybody was so heartbroken. But I was talking about it was like this cookie monster. And DC went to talking about it, and the Father was telling me in my spirit, don't you get it? The cookies look good. And the reason why it looked like the cookie monster from Sesame Street, because money is green. And that was the battle. And when Becky invited me onto that battlefield, I kid you not, it was a door that opened. I was in my room, like an out of body experience. It was a door, and the door opened like a big old gigantic castle door. And when the door opened, it was like a black wood castle door. But it wasn't no round to it, it was just like a square. And it opened up from the west side of my room. I'm laying my head towards the east, laying down. And I seen the door open up, and then now I'm out of body spirits, and I'm at the threshold of the door, because it kind of opened up somewhat, and then all of a sudden it opened up wide, and it was nothing but light, like the color of lightning. So it's all light inside of it. And I shared it with you all when I talked about it. It sounded so bizarre. And before I knew it, when the door opened, I seen that the threshold was a yellow glowing line. It was yellow. And I seen these like powder white stairs going downward. Everything was pure white. But the light was white. It was so white, the whole, whatever was in there, you couldn't see nothing but light, bright light. And so when I looked down, I seen the stairs going downward. It was white powder stairs. I stepped back, but the threshold was like a yellow glowing light, that line. It was the threshold was a glowing line. And when I seen them stairs going down, I stepped back one step. But then as soon as I looked up, it sucked me in. And I went in reverse, like as if, like I said, the doorway was east, opened up towards the west, but going inside was the west. So it sucked me in. And I looked up, and but I was turning in like counterclockwise. I was turning like from the east into the west, and I did like 3 spins, and I disappeared. That's when I seen Becky. Have anybody, Sister Keller, I don't know if you ever remember this. You remember that cartoon called Speed Racer, Ghost Speed Racer? Any of y'all remember the cartoon called Ghost Speed Racer?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so Becky had like this punk hairdo, like something like a mohawk, but it was like her hair was something like a punk hairdo, like a mohawk and blades coming towards the front. She was on the left of me, but she was to the right of me, and I was on the right side. And we just started suddenly walking. As soon as I came into that light, all of a sudden she next, and we walking. And all of a sudden you see these little ghost light, like little small. They was small. They was little small, like you didn't see. It looked like they had sheets on them. They was white and they were spirits. And we was taller than them, but we was little cartoons. But like they say, put in the cartoons, they put the truth in the cartoon. I remember that. All of a sudden, we walking, it was 6 of them on my side, 6 of them on her side, and we slayed them so fast, it was nothing to it. That's when that big old Cookie Monster turned around, and Becky ran up the front of him. She took off like 2 steps, and she was on top of him. She did an X across his face with her sword, and she did a spiral coming down in front of him, and she was slicing him in like swirls coming down. I ran up the back of him, and I came straight down from the middle of his head all the way down to his ankles, and I slashed him across his ankles. And then all of a sudden it bust into the color of eggnog. Now that's where you come in, Sister Keller. You showed about the blood and how much money they was making off of the blood.
Sister Jerry.
Yeah.
Sister Cherie sounds like Sharon Kellerman. Sharon's not here. That's Sister Sherry.
Oh my goodness.
She got me one day too, man. She got me one day. I was like, wait a minute, that ain't Sharon.
Oh, well, you know what? If any of y'all know Sister Kelly, the thing, oh my goodness. When she showed that video, the Cookie Monster that BC talked about represent the color of money. And he had like these little, like you see like the alligator skin, but it wasn't that thick. It was kind of more smooth inside of his skin, but it was the color of money, green. And that's when the Father told me in my spirit that Cookie Monster represent the money, green. And the reason why it's the Cookie Monster, because cookies do look good, money look good. But later on, Sister Keller came with the plasma about the money machine that they make it so much, like 17-something billion dollars a year or something off of the plasma. And I was like, and then when they showed it from what I see, even though I hear it's a lot more clear, but what Sister Keller showed, it was the color of that eggnog color when we slayed that Cookie Monster, and it burst into like the color of eggnog. And I was like, but then she walked, we hugged each other, we kissed each other, and she walked me back, and we had on these like tripped out agent coats. It was tripped out, like, and I still got mine in real life. And it was just, she had like a punk t-shirt on, but she had that sword, and everything was just bright light. And I believe whenever I see the bright light or lightning, it reminds me of Becky. It does. I knew I felt it in my spirit he was gonna call her. And it wasn't too long, about a year later, he did.
For those who don't know, our sister Becky Smith, all the way from California, Mama Jolene, Jaylene's daughter, her daughter, Um, Emily, all right, holding it down, holding the generational seed of the blessed family. She had transformed, not died. She transformed and she's still out here ministering, reaching out to people as she's here. So that's Becky Smith. I think she's been gone about almost 2 years now. Go ahead, back to you, Jerry.
What was the strangest thing is when she crossed over on my mother's birthday. It was 6/8. I'll never forget it. That was the day of my mother's birthday. But she was always talking about 11s, and I had some experiences when I was on a plane, and that the plane, it was everything going on. It was in North Carolina. It was about a plane. It was the number 11, and we got clear, but everything was happening on that plane, and I ain't really been on a plane ever since. Going there, it was fine, but I remember Craig telling me he got me, he with me. He's there already, but then coming back, it was the worst. It was like the roughest time. Something about the plane. It started out, they couldn't shut the door to the plane. I was ready to get up off the plane then because they said they couldn't close the door. Some drunk man got on. I know he was being on some terrorist stuff or nothing. It just looked like an act. And it was, wait a minute, it was all women that got that man up off of that plane. He was acting a clown. But it was
Oh yeah, you probably was literally somewhere in another. You was somewhere that was
yeah,
happening.
yeah, and the thing is, it was all women got the man off the plane. It was only one male on there, but he really didn't do nothing. Them women wasn't playing, and they got him off. But then after they got him off the plane, we was delayed again. We was delayed like 2 hours, and everybody's worried about missing their planes. People was panicking. They was ready to fight each other and go off on that plane. I was like, man, I'm not for this. But then, right when we ready to get ready to take off, it was something. The nose on the plane got broke. It was everything happening on the house. But and I seen that at number 11, and I knew I was gonna be all right because Becky was saying something about she kept seeing 111 and something, and the number 11. I knew that was Becky's number. She was saying, 11 is the next number highest to the frequency to 12 to heaven, because 12 is the highest, and it was just things she was talking to me about. And she always came to my rescue. She would rip somebody up when they mess with us or try to punk us. She wasn't playing. Yes, I love it. So I digress, you all. Yes.
Yeah, Oops, I'm sorry, y'all. Whenever I used to dream about I guess being in class or in school or being with my ascended teachers, it's usually always women. It's usually all women. And it's usually something going on. So hearing that, you were she was there with you wherever you were at. You went to her, I believe, and that's all that was happening. That plane being number 11, all that has meaning.
No, the runway line that cleared us. I seen the number 11. It was the runway line, and it was something about the numbers on the plane. All this stuff, I pay attention to all that stuff because I know the Father deal in numbers, and it was so spiritual. But Becky still be dealing with me. Recently, I just had a conversation with her. Said, "Sis, I miss you." You know what I'm saying? And it's just that she'll send signs and let me know, hey, she's still, because sometimes I be really need to talk. And it's like my sisters, they be coming on deck. The ones that been crossed over, they be coming on deck. And because right here on this earth, it's hard to talk to anybody. They be like, oh man, no. But when you go into that spiritual realm, you get confident. And that's where I stay. That's my comfort zone. Praying, singing praise songs, talking to you all that knows what's really going on.
Yes.
And I learned something a lot from you because when you was talking about Egypt and the colors of it, I didn't know that. And it's, yeah.
That's why if you see with the hieroglyphic, the drawings, you see there's red people, blue people. They're all different colors. That was showing you people. The thing is, there were three crowns that ruled Kemet. It was broken up into 3. They go that number 3.
Yeah.
It was the red crown, the blue crown, and the white crown. That's where you get your America, red, white, and blue. And they have the all that stuff is someone's names. They're stealing power through names. The
You know,
name.
that's deep what you just said, because when you said that three, now I'm seeing, because not only was it Sister Becky kept saying she sees something about 1.3. It was another brother in Florida. He was saying the same thing as Becky, and I like brought them together in conversation because they was talking about how they seeing these numbers. My girlfriend, she was seeing the 1.3, and now it's this brother named what's his name? Carson, Billy Carson. He have it up on his wall about how he said he was abducted by whatever aliens or whatever, but he has that so it's something about this 1.1. But look at, like, and then not only that,
Oh
oh my
yeah, I
goodness,
always see one.
that's three, but not to mention, what's his name was just talking about it, Terrence from Empire. He was just he got some kind of a show going on.
Terrence Howard.
And he's talking about 1 times 1 equals 3. So it's something going on, you
Yeah,
all.
1 + 1 = 3. But
Yeah.
we're taught that 1 + 1 is 2. But if you add a mother and a father, you have a child. That's 3.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. That's
Yeah.
good. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
everything does boil down to letters and numbers. If y'all knew every that's why things are measured in frequency. Numbers are everything. That's why you have in school we get taught about prime numbers, odd, even. You know what I'm saying? That all means something. Just like they have Optimus Prime and Infinitum,
Oh,
how when
man, I
you get
love it. I
or how
love it.
when you get something ready, you prime it.
Yeah.
Just like they prime their minds when they're getting their temples ready for whatever next wave of destruction they have. But numbers are everything. That's why we're in the flesh, and our ancestors, God, the Spirit, Holy Mother, they know they can't talk to us. Some of us can't. When they talk, we hear them, right? But a
That's
lot of
right.
people
I do.
communicate through angel numbers. They communicate through the numbers. Why do you think that
Mhm.
angels communicate through numbers? That they are important. That's how important they are. So all
I
the
did.
Pythagorean theorem by was taught by Pythagoras. That made you got to look up these people and who they were and where they got these things from. And when you realize, you'll stop a lot of the things that you give offense to.
It's funny you brought up the Transformers, because those are some others that I would use in spiritual mind for spiritual war, and it seems like it really comes to life. It really comes to life, and it really be working. But not only that, I'm seeing them walk around as the humans, and there's some real human Transformers that's like bodyguards for me. And whenever somebody be trying to bully me, they be so ready to come from all over, from all corners of the world, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, I have to hold them back, like, no, 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 because they see the wicked spirits. They want us to take each other out. That's
Oh
their
yeah.
job. And when we give in to them, they won. But when I fall back, that's when it allows the Father to step in, and woo, do he go to taking them down without. And I remember, because you never have to lift a finger. But another thing you were saying something on about it was something else you said. You just hitting it on all fast. I love what you talking about. I do. You are really, you very you sound really young, but you very mature. Like you said, you're not from you're not, you say you're not from, but honey, you something you definitely on the one. You will. Just
Thank
you
you.
can
I
smoke.
appreciate that.
I'm thankful to just hear that, it's you amongst
That's
us.
my twin soul sister.
I'm glad to hear she's with us, because she enlightens our minds to get a better, clear understanding as to why we going through certain things and what we going through certain things. Because I know it's when things. Oh, that's what I wanted. You said something about the angels. I have truly. I think I talked to you about it, BC. I truly had conversation with. I believe it quickened my spirit and said, no, that was Gabrielle. So they both, with the two of them that I talked to face, They both was slim, at least 7 feet. They was that tall. Very well groomed, very well. It was just, their stature, not their dressing, but it's something about their stature. Their skin was so beautiful, chocolate beautiful. And I mean beautiful. One was so bad, my sister almost fainted. And I was like, girl, that ain't, I'm trying to keep her in check because I know how she's really a lust. I ain't gonna lie, she's a lust. But that what it was is my cousin, and this is how the father is, he's intentional. My cousin, I was so upset with her because we was going to this concert. Matter of fact, the Funkadelic concert about, I don't know, maybe about 4 years or longer ago. And we got that Grant Park in Chicago. As I kept making sure she had that water. But this is the father's intentional. And as we leave or whatever we do, I asked about the water and she left the water. I was so upset because it was like maybe 90 or something. It was hot. And I know we're going to be in the sun. And I was so disturbed. I said, now I got to spend like $5 for a bottle of water. I'm not trying to give these people no $5 for no water, and it's something that's supposed to be free. So I'm upset. I'm kind of not trying to frown at her, but it just happened. It was intentional. So I'm glad I didn't say anything upsetting or disturbing to her or anything, but I was hurt that, man, now we're going to have to, so all I think about, I got to spend $500 for me, $500 to get her some water, and $5 for whoever would. So, all of a sudden, I told my sister Tony, she was with, I said, I can't take it no more. I'm gonna have to go and find me some water. First, I'm gonna go and try to find a water fountain. I said, but if I can't find, I'm just have to buy one of these doggone bottles, right?
Yeah.
I kid you not, I got up and I took, right before the concert started, Funkadelics, as a matter of fact. It was others there, but all I know is I got up and I took about 3 steps. As soon as I took like 3 steps, I seen this guy, he had a radio on him. And I said, oh, he must work here. So I confronted him. And I asked him, I said, is there a water fountain nearby? And he was like, yeah. I said, how far? He said, well, it's about, I said, is it more than a block? And he was like, he said, wait a minute. He said, you want some water? I said, yeah. He said, you know what, just go and sit down. I'm gonna bring it back to you. He didn't know where I was sitting. All he seen me is when I got up. When I was facing him. He never saw where I got up from. But he told me, go and sit down and I'm gonna bring it to you. So me and my sister, we went and sat down. My cousin was watching our seats. He came back in no time and he put the bottle right in my hand. And he said, who else needs some water? I said, my sister. He said, who else needs some water? I said, my cousin. So he's like, who else? And so the guys, it was about 10 or 15 of them. I believe it's good 15 of them. And but before he went to go get the water, one of the guys, he was like, can you bring me back a 6-pack of beer? Yeah, so but how to go? When he got through with us, he was like, who else? And so the guys jumped up and it was like, give me the water. So he passing this water. But the craziest, really tripped out the thing about it, he had on these shorts that was above his knees. And they was like close to his knees, but he had 2 pockets on each side. I used to wear these type of shorts because I drove for the Chicago Transit Authority. I was looking like, wait a minute, he passing all this water out. Where's he getting this water from? And I looked on the side of him. I didn't see nothing puffing out his pocket. I didn't see no bag he was getting out of. He didn't have nothing. He was steady giving water. He was passing it. And I know it was at least 15 of them. And it was this big, heavy set lady. She was sitting in like a walker chair. And I think he asked her for something. I don't know if she took it or whatever. But I was like, dang, wait a minute, where the heck is he getting all this water from? He passing out bottles of water. He don't have no bag.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. So then I got home. It was nighttime. But right when the concert over, I stepped back and almost fell back. And the bottle of water was full, laying down in the park. And I picked it up and then I wound up, I guess, returning it back to Mother Earth. I didn't take it with me. But I was like, whoa, that water stopped me from falling.
Yeah.
But when I got in, as soon as I got in, Oh my goodness. I heard the rock in me say, "Hey girl, I came and visit you today." And that reminisced right to that brother passing out that water. I thought my hands like, oh my goodness, you so did. That has happened to me several times. And it's just to be such a joy when you have the Royal Highest sending his servants
Yes. Yep.
one-on-one conversation. Not only that, he's the father's always a giver. He's intentional and he's
Yes.
always a giver. He
And
won't
then and
always,
that's why I be telling people, don't ever feel like you owe someone, and I don't want nobody to ever feel like I owe you, because I don't owe nobody on this
right.
planet a thing. If you ever
That's
did
right.
anything for me, that was God using you for my good and my benefit. So that wasn't you. Somebody told me earlier, it's by God's grace you here. It's by God's grace we all here. You
Yes.
standing there to tell me that. So
Yes.
don't ever think I owe you. I owe everything to my creator. I owe everything to the most high
Yes.
God. I owe everything to the Holy Mother and Christ that dwells within. I don't owe the physical flesh nothing. Cause like I said, it's never this some people do have pure and good hearts, but it's usually the spirit that told them, hey, go, you know what? Go give something to them. Go.
That's
And they
right.
do it and
Me
they
too.
listen. And they
Hmm.
listen.
That's what I do. You know, another thing I'm gonna say, share this with you all since we doing this live, because you can never tell it all what the Father does for you. But there was another, the first one I believe I had noticed. I guess I know I'm sure. No, it was another one before that. It was another one before that. It was my uncle who I never met, and me and my sister saw him at the same time, and we both screamed. I don't know why. Just recently this year, she said she don't remember that, and she didn't do that. But guess what? The family remembered. Because we
Yeah.
began telling them about what we saw, because we was like in bed in my granddaddy's apartment the week he passed away. But
Yeah.
and he appeared tonight, and
Is it me or did she go out?
Okay, I thought I was tripping. Yeah, she
Okay,
went
I thought
out.
I was tripping, man. Jay, if you can hear me, you went out. We can't hear you. Okay. Anybody else want to pick back up? I'm enjoying this. I got my notes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was making sure. I thought my phone. I'm like, oh Lord, because sometimes when I move to different parts of the house, the phone like go out and mute. So I make sure I wasn't tripping. But yeah, absolutely. I was just like I said, like I just brought up. I told somebody that this. I've been talk kind of been talk. I talk about a lot of things, but I was kind of talking about that this week. Don't ever like get it
what?
twisted
No,
that, oh, you do something for me and now that I owe you. First of all, if you did it for me, it shouldn't be brought up or thrown in my face or used to get something out of me. It should have been done with a pure heart. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, people, it be hard with people doing that. So it be the Most High and the Holy Spirit moving through people to help the chosen. Like I told you guys, when I learned to stop worrying about money and things like that, I promise you it flows to me. And I literally, I'm gonna tell y'all about today, a testimony for today. I literally woke up. When I woke up, I stayed in bed and I was just giving gratitude. I always talk to the Most High. I talk to the whole earth, everything. When I wake up, I always speak, and everything, the birds, and I just tell God everything I'm thankful for, you know what I'm saying? And I just sit and I meditate and I have my alone time. And so I ended up getting up and I saw a Cash App notification. I had $50. And then within then I had $30 more. But I didn't do anything. It's people who God used to bless me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting that. When I first woke up, my mind was trying. Remember how I told y'all I had to break myself out of that? My mind was like, get your phone, and I went against it and I did what I needed to be done, and because I went against my flesh, I was rewarded. I was rewarded. So that's how that works. That's how that works. When you don't worry and you don't look and you don't have an intention of I gotta get it, it comes. That's what law of attraction is. When you like me, I don't hold on to it. I live my life. I have fun. If it's something that I want, and I know it's not hurting anything, and it's making me bring out my creative side so I can continue to free myself and live how God wants, then I'm gonna get that for myself. Self-love, self-care. If you get bored by yourself, that means you do not enjoy your own company, and clearly you got some self-discovery to do still. Cause you're supposed to be able to be alone and be happy. Shoot, I'd be happy by myself. Like I be literally in my own world by myself. Like, and before I know it, the whole day gone, and I'm lit, and it's just, I'm not even by myself. I'm literally with my angels and God. They're all around me, and I feel good. I feel like when I'm walking around, and even though I'm in the house by myself, I feel the presence of the Lord and God, the Lord God, the Lord of Lords, not Lord in the Bible. I'm talking about the Most High, the one that's for good and what's right and not for evil. I can feel the presence there with me. So I'm never alone. That's why people would tell you you're not alone. And when you crying, someone to tell you, don't worry, you're not alone, but you're not trying to hear that shit. But in all reality, you're not. You're never alone. You're always surrounded, believe it or not. And with that being said, I wanted to tell you guys about the veil and everything. With the veil being lifted and everything being revealed and everything, subliminally, the spiritual war is getting intense, y'all. It's getting real intense and real I say bloody, but the thing is y'all can't see the war, but it's all around you, right? The forces. That's why y'all been feeling the wind. I don't know if in y'all state and where y'all are at, but here in Texas, the winds, they've been blowing hard. And I know it, they fighting. And just me also commanding the clouds to move out the sun's way, and they move. You got to start doing things like that. You control, if you control your flesh, you control everything around you, the environment, everything. So I tell those the planes, I tell them to get out of the sky, and they know they better get out, or it's going to be a story on the news about a plane that wasn't able to take off, or they had to make an emergency landing. Like, I really don't play about my powers. I don't play about God. I don't play with evil at all, because they not playing with me. So why would I play with the enemy? I'm coming at you full force, because that's how you coming at me. And every attack you do, and every one of mine you try to get, I'm coming after 1,000 of yours. So it's like they know who to play with, and they know how far they could take it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. You want to say something?
Oh
Can
no,
you,
ma'am. When you were
Okay.
talking about I ain't playing with my power, I was like, Soul Twin. I'ma show them the red flowers, the purple. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I made sure you didn't want to say nothing, because yeah, I'm not playing with my power. Just like I told you, I posted I posted yesterday that I kind of already told y'all. I already know I command demons to drop dead, whatever, any type of evil being that tries to come in my
me
dreams, any
too.
other realms. I command them to
That's right.
go away, right?
Can y'all hear
So
me?
yes, we can hear you
Good.
now.
Okay, good, good. Okay.
So yesterday, I don't like bugs, you feel me? And most of the time I just hit them away, but I wanted to try something, and I was like, it was daddy long legs. I'm gonna tell y'all about certain bugs, because I've read it. Now, a lot of y'all know the word bug. The root meaning of bug means boogeyman, a demon, a spirit, um a familiar spirit. That's what a bug is. I want y'all to just let that sink in. Bug.
That is deep.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yes, that's what a bug is. So I've been reading about like different type of places, and I've been seeing a lot of stuff in Texas. Now, one thing I did come upon, it was saying something about the 4th of July in 2007, that they discovered this pit in Texas, and when they were digging in it, when they were drilling in it, they came across blood and flesh. But the blood and flesh that was in the earth was from I forgot the type of organism, but basically a type of organism, but it's alive and living. It's not a creature, it's an organism that they hit, right, the earth, and it had blood and flesh. And Supposedly they had poured something into it and like a bunch of people died in it. Anyway, um, yeah, let me step out. 1 second. So with that being said, I'm sorry, y'all. People came in here. So I was looking at that and thinking about how I'm so sorry, y'all. I forgot what was I talking about. I lost my train of thought because they came in here. They see this is the type of things I do. I don't have nothing
Yeah.
covering my conversation. There's a
It'll try.
train. There's a train passing by. Now, some
Mm.
of y'all don't know the trains, the planes. They all send out
Distraction.
frequencies. They all send out
Distraction.
a certain type of frequency. So
Mm-hmm.
you know how you'll be thinking about something and you're like, dang, I just lost
Mm-hmm.
my train of that's attacks by the enemy. So I
Yeah.
apologize, but
You see how you command them to
oh
listen to
yes,
you.
yes. I commit. So the other day, so reading that article, it was saying it was basically talking about these organisms and these things that live underground, right, you guys? And
Mm-hmm.
when I started clicking on them, it started talking about bugs. It started talking
Mm-hmm.
about different bugs, and then it started saying bugs with appendages. That means
Mm-hmm.
bugs with multiple legs and
Mm-hmm.
arms, right? And my first thought was a spider, right? Okay. So I've been definitely looking at bugs sideways now because I'm like, get away from me. Don't touch me, right? Because
Excuse
I
me,
know
excuse
they're
me.
aliens.
You know what? That was on my camera last night. I should have took a picture of it, but I'm sure it's gonna show up again. But you know what? It didn't have spider legs. It was an alien, and I knew it.
Yeah.
And normally I take pictures of
Yeah.
aliens. BC, I tell you, I got some stuff that my cameras be revealing. And guess what? My stuff is not even on internet. It's not even
Yeah.
on the internet. But the thing
Yeah.
is, all I know is I seen these legs, and I should have recorded. I'm sure it's gonna probably pop up again because it been gone. But it had like how a hockey stick look. That's the
Yeah.
shape of
Yeah.
it. It was not skinny like spider legs. That's why I know it's
Yeah.
some kind of an alien. And I was like, what is it here for? But this was about I happened because I be checking my cameras all the time, and I happened to just happened and I seen it and before I let it get to me, but when I look out the window I didn't see it, but I was like whatever it is, I said, Father, if it's of good, okay, but if it's not, rebuke it. And that's what you got to do. You got to keep praying. You got to especially rebuke them in the Hamashiach name, Father name. You got to keep on rebuking these things because people don't know how to fight these things, but when you command them to do whatever
Yeah.
it is, like you said, they got to obey.
So this is what happened. I was in the garage now, and when I was looking at the article, right? Yeah, the mysterious flesh here. When I was looking at the article, it said that these insects and these organisms they live in the ground in caves. Now you gotta think. Not everything is literal. That's why y'all be looking for these
Right.
huge giant monsters.
Uh-huh.
They are these bugs, these insects, these germs. They're literally in plain. This is why it's in plain sight.
Insectoids.
Yes, yes,
Insectoids. Yep.
But
yes.
your sister,
So
you just said monster. That's why I said the cookie monster. You hear me?
well,
And the
this is
money
why
is
I say
monsters.
this is why I
Hmm.
say monsters. Cause look at when you look at a parasite or a germ under a
How
microscope,
you
doesn't
going
it
there?
look like the worm alien
Hey,
and Men in Black with
good.
the razor sharp teeth and stuff? A
Hmm.
parasite looks the same way.
Yep. Yep.
All they do is project it on a big screen to
Hmm.
incite fear.
Hmm.
If you believe that this is what it looks like, you're not going to believe when I come to tell you the truth, to tell you, hey, it's really little and small, and this is all you have to do to kill it. You're not going to believe that because this is what you've been taught. You know what I'm saying? So I was in a garage with these now mind you, it's daddy long leg season. I can't stand them. Like they're everywhere in Texas. You hear me? So they had the garage open, and I'm literally like, "Oh my god, get away from me!" Like I go in the garage and I be listening to music. I be in my own zone, right? And I'm like, you know what? I started saying, kill yourself, drop dead." Like literally, when I tell y'all, they started spiral. It was like they started spiraling out of control, and they fell on the ground themselves, and some of them
Power.
flew in. There was a spider. I had a big, huge spider in the garage. Somebody killed it, but the web is still there, right?
So they started killing themselves. Some of them flew into the web. Some of them started spiraling down and
Mm,
dying on the ground. And that's when I was like,
mm,
oh, I was like impressed with myself. But that's when I had said I had accidentally did a dog, but that's another story. I wasn't telling the dog to die, but I was just telling it, you better go home, little puppy. But he wanted to bark at me. He didn't want to listen. And like literally 30 seconds later, I
mm,
saw
mm,
my
mm.
side cat got hit.
Oh
I'm like, what
wow.
the hell? But
Oh
I was
wow.
talking to the dog in my mind.
Mm,
He got out, and I was telling him, go back home, stop being like that. But he wanted to
mm,
attack me in my yard. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
I'm coming outside, like, go home, little dog. You know what
What
I'm
kind
saying?
of dog was it?
It was a little,
Chihuahua?
no, not a chihuahua. One of them little short dogs that be scruffy and the way they be feisty, they be mean, they be real
Chihuahuas get
mean.
me. Chihuahuas always got me. I don't know why. I like the way they look, but at the same time, they don't.
My
We don't
mama
get
loved
along. We don't get along.
chihuahuas.
We don't. We don't get
Um,
along. We don't. The Chihuahuas, they just. It's something about them because they always be like mean, and they
Yeah,
even
they
look
do.
mean.
So
You too, girl.
I just be I use my power like let's say the door is opening and the wind is closing it. I'll tell it to stop, don't move with my mind, and it won't move.
Mm.
So once you got control, like I said, when you can control the flesh, you can control things that aren't the flesh. Everything around you has strength. You'll be able to move. You know how they
That's.
say you can move mountains?
Hmm.
I tell you, you
You
can.
know,
You
that's a
can.
confirmation because I have been putting in prayers, and in my mindset, I was asking the Father to get rid of the wicked, evil demons and cast them out of the people who you're gonna be delivering. And basically, it seemed like a lot of that stuff is being exposed. Like you see all this. I don't know if you see how Monique and everybody is bringing stuff
Yeah,
to the
yes,
table. It's a
yes.
lot of them, like Epstein and all them. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that Epstein do this, and my spirit is not out of here. I think it's a cover up. But just think,
They
when
know
you
how to.
know,
They know how to astral project. They
the
know how
thing
to.
is, when you know that you on the run and you know you've been busted and you know you finna get time, that's the best way the scenario to come up with.
Hey, let me let you guys in on a secret. Just like they do evil, we do good, and they know how to
That's
do
right.
good. They have their fake magic trick, but we
That's
have
right.
real authority, right? So
Mm-hmm.
just how I told y'all how Jesus was able to leave the flesh, but his flesh didn't decay, rigor mortis, or nothing because he was balanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the elites, they know how to do that. They know how to body jump. So when you say you don't believe Epstein, he's probably not. That body he was in did, but that spirit, that entity is most definitely still
Well,
around. Like when
how
y'all
about
see
this? How
what
about this though? See, he has so much money. How about this? How about he just went and got past the surgery? Now he's walking around like any of us.
yeah, that's when they do a face, what's what you call a
Yeah,
mask. This is when
yeah.
they switch characters and they play a different role now. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I love what the Father is able to do and what He will do, because He say He's angry with the wicked every day, and they say the wicked perish. So let Him do what He think He's doing. Let them think that. But all I know is they getting exposed. That's the main thing. People
This
are
is why the
exposing
great
them.
revelation,
Yeah,
everything being revealed.
they being revealed. But you know what? Another thing I'm gonna say. I heard you say something about the veil's been lifted.
Hmm.
I've been hearing a lot of people say the veil's been lifted, but I remember I seen a curtain a few years back. It was purple and it was glitter, and it just appeared in a vision, and it was like a half curtain in the sky. It was like from one end to the next, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden it dropped. So that's why I say the veil has been dropped. It's not lifted. The veil is dropped. Like no more hiding. No more hiding.
Well,
The
you know what? I
veil.
would say I would agree with you because the world is a stage. So yeah, the curtain is dropped in, and
Yeah.
the whatever's on the people's eyes have been
Mhm.
lifted.
Yeah, and it's like now we seeing, but that's what I said. It was a purple
Hey,
curtain.
hey,
It
hey,
had
hey,
gold
hey,
glitter.
hey. You know what y'all just said?
Huh.
The opposite of Adam. And now our eyes have been opened. Real.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I kept hearing. I was like, why they keep saying the veil is lifted? And you're not the only one. I've been hearing people saying that, but it keeps. I was like, well, and I was hearing it, but then later on he showed it to me, and this was a purple curtain. It was like a net. It looked like a net. It was a purple, like a lavender, and it had like this gold, like glitter in it. And
Yeah.
it just all of a sudden it just let me see it long enough for it to just drop. And I heard in my ruach saying the veil has been dropped. So
Uh,
basically, they snatched the mask off. They
and
snatched
what
the mask off. No more hiding.
what I was gonna say too, I don't know who said that bugs are needed. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. The Most High, when the world before all the unnatural things were created, there was no bugs to get on our nerves and make us angry and bite our skin and make us
Right.
welting. So
None of them was violent.
they are
But
not needed.
well, you know what? I'm gonna just say this, and I thank the Father because I say this. I don't know if some of y'all do remember Bruce Lee. He used to have these dreams, and these dreams. Do you know I had that same demon in my dream? That same exact demon that they showed on Enter the Dragon or whatever that movie was he played in. His last movie, he always had these dreams, and this darkness would come over him, and it's like it would be suffocating me. I couldn't breathe, and I had these dreams for years, and I didn't know what in the world. But and sometimes I used to be like, when it before it even entered, I know it's coming, even in my sleep. And I was like, I have learned to pray through my dreams. Now they don't even bother me, but it's because when I was doing little wickedness or whatever I may have been doing, it wasn't, and that's how we let them in. Like you say, you got to. They don't just come. You got to invite them in, and certain things we do with our flesh or our bodies or whatever we allowing from the outer to come and enter in, like these males or whoever it is. That's how they able to enter in. You're giving them an invitation. You can't if you don't give them no invitation, they can't enter in, especially if you're into those, the truth. But this dream, it was suffocating me, and it had the same helmet, the same man, and next thing I know, the Father he had me get over it by saying, "That's me." He told me in my ruach, he said, "That's me." When you say out of darkness come to light, but he said that was basically me covering you.
Amen.
I was here. And so it was like I stopped having the fear of it. He helped me get over the fear because it felt like I was dying and I was suffocating because it was such a dark shadow coming over me in my sleep. And it was nothing
Oh,
but
I used to
darkness.
get, you know what? That's crazy. I used to get that too. Like before I got rid of fear, like you said,
Yeah,
like I used to be
fear.
going to sleep and I would
Mhm.
get I couldn't breathe, like a
Right.
heaviness, like I would freak out and I would have to like have the TV on or turn the lights on or something.
Or like if you slow, another out of body experience. You woke, but you still sleep, and it'd be
Mm.
so real. But then you'd be like, wow. And all I can say is the spider part. This what helped me. Um, I look at the eight as eternity, and the spider got 8 legs. But maybe this may help you. And I know because I know my son, he got bit before and it almost got him. But for some reason, I heard I used to kill him in a minute. What stopped me from killing him?
Crazy.
I was,
I don't think the spider's bad. That's the thing. Somebody else killed it. I didn't want to kill it.
but look, this what stopped me from killing them though. This what stopped me from killing them. Now I got my whole family grabbing them up. But I have known.
Uh-uh.
Wait a minute. No. I have known that spiders do get rid of dead insects. From what
Hmm.
they good for trapping insects and stuff. So, but my thing is, one guy told me one time, and this helped me get over my fear. And like I said, the Father's intentional. And he's like, he said, no, don't kill it, because I had got one, and it was in my basement one time, and I was getting ready to flush him down the toilet to kill him or whatever. He said, no, don't kill him. He said, you're supposed to catch them and then you're supposed to let them free and you get money to you, right? So
Yeah.
whatever the witchcraft or whatever it be, I take things as if it's the Father bringing me some good news, whether as long as I ain't doing no seances and none of that over it. Hey, I went on and took it, and before I know it, I ain't lying, I started getting a whole lot of money. I get you not. So whether the form, I take it as a note as thank you, Father. But the thing is, my family looked at me like I was crazy. My mother had a bunch of them in our hallway. I'll never
Yeah.
forget it. So the next day, when I was telling, no, 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 and I caught them, right? I caught one, a few of them, whatever. And the next day, I suddenly got $900. So next thing I know, my family and them started leaping all over the place, started grabbing them and catching them and stuff. I said, but when the guy said, no, you're supposed to catch them and then you flush them down the toilet, I thought to myself, well, if you catch them flushing down the toilet, that's killing them still. So I would
Yeah.
take them and like throw them out in the yard or whatever. And then I found out that they good for killing dead insects and fleas and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, well, if they get rid of that, but oh my goodness, one thing they would try to be around my house and putting their little big webs and big whatever it is, I take my little stick and I just knock them off and they knock them in the yard. But last night, that wasn't no doggone spider. That looked like a spider's legs, but it was shaped like a hockey stick and it had like two of them. So I don't know if it was antennas. I don't know what it looked like. It could have been. I seen that before on my cameras. But so that's what helped me get over the fear of spiders. Because I know a lot of people uh, afraid of spiders. I almost had my mom kill herself because I played the joke on her. And I was a little kid. I was a little girl. And I was like, oh, mom, it's a spider in your wig. And oh, she had on these platform shoes. And she almost, and I said, oh, I'll never do that again. I was
Uh-uh.
so scared. I was so scared. Yeah, but stuff like that, people would, something that you way bigger than, people would have a fit. And my mother, and I said, oh my goodness, ooh, I'm surprised she didn't knock
See,
me.
I don't really care go out of my way to kill a bug. I give you a chance. I like go ahead, get on now. I'm gonna let like I told you to quit being by me, get away from me. Now if you come again, now whatever happened, happened. Cause tried to let you live.
Okay, yeah. But
Yeah, brother, I mean, like Wabi Sabi say, you're supposed to eat from copper. You're supposed to eat from copper plate, glass plate, but not porcelain. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to
Yeah.
use some old time skillets, not that non-stick, because that lowers your chakras and your pineal gland and causes cancer, as well
Yep.
as the preservatives in the canned goods. It turns into metal. You know what I mean? That you're in metal. So you're electrical magnetic force from the most high as the solar system. Our soul is the solar system where your birthday is. So that's what science call that carbon. Carbon is the breath of God, experiencing the breath of inspired words, as the words say. See what I'm saying? So I just wanted to
Yeah.
say that about the copper.
Yeah.
Remember, we said put a lightning rod to the ground for those that have inflammation and back problems, fibromyalgia. Wrap it around
Mhm.
with a copper or gold cord. Put it on your bed and put the electrical tape, and then make up your bed. Be the best massage you ever had. That's natural energy. You know what I'm saying? They got us away from that. You know, they take two radiations, active for the cancer, when it's really supposed to be electrical. It's supposed to rise to a certain frequency in the Holy Spirit. And you know what I'm saying? You would tap into something that is already there for you. You gotta believe and take it. Back to y'all.
Yeah, that's why everything like I eat, and even while I'm preparing my food, like when I'm cleaning my meat and stuff, I say no weapon formed against me and the people that I'm preparing it for shall prosper. And I ask God to look after the animal that had to perish in order for us to eat. And I ask God that even though this meal may be what it is intended for bad, I ask God to let while me since I am consuming it to let that meal go toward me continuing to do the Lord's will. Let this meal, even though the devil and Satan or whatever intended for it to be bad, I want to transform it into something that's able to be used for good and to still be able to do God's will, because not all the time, I know people aren't able to buy copper pots, or like, you know what I'm saying, circumstances. But when you know that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you see certain things, that's why like Sister Juanita said, you fast and stuff like that, and knowing that no weapon formed against you shall prosper in any way, shape, form, formless. The things you can see and can't see, that's not going to prosper. That anything I put it into my body that's intended for evil, it's going to be used for the will of the Most High, because that's what I'm doing with it. And that's why, like I said, before I cook my food, I pray for the, or I don't even like saying pray no more because the word, but I asked God to, look after the animal that had to go, and you know what I'm saying? Because if they could trap your souls here, like now that I'm starting to think how they be saying how, oh, that dog is a person, like these animals, they have feelings and stuff like that. So with that being said, even though you're eating meat, don't forget to thank the Most High for the animal that had to perish before you ate that, because something had to die and lose its life for you to have, and that's not
That's
something
right.
lightly.
That's right. I don't eat flesh no more. I don't. I
Yeah, yeah,
don't.
I make it for like I have boys here, but I don't eat meat at all.
Right.
It
Me
disgusts me.
neither.
It disgusts me literally. I don't. I can't. Not even eggs.
Right, me neither. None of that. I don't. I make like with the flaxseed or something, or get the if they got something that's. But I don't mess with no animal. And then that scripture, as far as to when it talks about the Father when he first put it on the first chapter when he said Genesis 1 29 and 30, he said. And the royal high said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And this is another important part in verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. It's even in the last chapter of Revelation, from the beginning to the end. So why is that? When he talks about this, when he says, "What's the meat? What the fruit is the meat. The herbs is the meat." Revelation 22. Whether they believe it or not, but why is it all the way back here? It says 22. See, that you say you got to learn between the discern what's real and what makes sense. And it says 22 verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life. Water is a cleansing, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Yahweh and of the Lamb. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielding her fruit every month. 12 manner of fruits, and yielding her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. Ezekiel 47 says the same thing in verse 12. The trees are for the fruit, and it's for meat. It's from beginning to the end. So whether they tamper with stuff or not, it's like you say, it's what what you believe, what your belief is. And if it's positive and it represents life, I'm rocking with it. If it's negative and it's evil, I'm west from it. So what part did y'all hear me talk about when you said I cut off? Do y'all remember? I know I was talking about it was an angel I talked to face, the second one.
You was talking about your uncle.
Okay.
Your uncle,
right.
Went out.
So that was like we was had a bunch of children, and there was a projects in the room. The apartment number was 606. Well, 606 equal 12. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 trash. That showed me that later on. But my grandfather, who prophesied me and my siblings into existence, my mother was 8 years old, and she said when she grows up, she's gonna be a school teacher, and she's gonna have 4 children and be a school teacher. He told her he's who I was named after too. So he said, no, you're going to have 8, and that's going to be your. And sure enough, she had 4 girls and 4 boys, and I'm the dividing line. So from me on up, we're a year apart. From me on down, 2 years apart. But here's the catch. Everything has to do with number 8 on me. 8/16 is my birthday. 8 pounds even. It's a lot of eights that be with my sons. It's a bunch of sevens, and I thought my oldest son he had a lot of sevens on him. It's my youngest sons. He has so youngest son who's deceased, R.I.P. Who's crossed over. All I can say is with the second angel, I'm done with that part. But basically, also my mother said she really. So I hated my name because when I was growing up, I always hated my name because my mother had gave us all boy names except one of my sister Sharita. So she must have heard me talking about it, and I said I got the worst name out of all of y'all because one of my sisters hers was Tony, but they call it Antonia. They had girl names to me. Naz was like I said I got the worst one. They used to tease us a lot. And my mother, she grabbed me by my hand, she walked with me, she told me, she said, see, Jerry, why I named you your name? And she told me about how her father told her what he told her. She said, but not only that, she said, the thing is, I first named you because I wanted my last child to have the name Jeremiah. Now, my mother said she was thinking this at 8 years old. So that, the father was dealing with it. She said, and she wanted to name her last child after her father, whose name was Gerald. And they called him Mr. Jerry. So later on, some of the Israelites, they called me Jabora or Ramia. And that means warrior, mighty warrior, or to rising up left. But the Creator told me, I think about maybe a year ago, he said, Jerry, your name is Mary. So I was like, wait a minute, that makes sense. Jerry for Mary. Oh my goodness. I was like, so it's some deep stuff how he'll communicate with us. That's why we just got to have that, how I say, that open pineal gland or whatever. I don't know all this stuff about the Enochi and all that stuff. I don't know about this, but I'm learning. And all I can say is, yeah, I'm learning. Go ahead, sister.
Okay, no, you were right. I was listening. Your pineal gland, your first eye.
Yeah, because he dealing with me on so many visions and so many, I can see it as clear as day, and I be seeing it coming to manifest. But lately, what you was just talking about, what you've been seeing, I seen probably about 2 weeks ago, like high in the sky, it's kind of like a vase, something like it was kind of real wide, but it was a clear glass. But at the top of the thin part, it was like something orange. I couldn't really see it, but it was like high in the sky towards the southeast angle, a 90-degree angle from Chicago. And I'm looking at it during my prayer. And all of a sudden I seen pitch black smoke come up out of it. Now, man, it's scripture in Exodus 19 and 9 and stuff say he comes out the thick cloud. Later on, I found out about all that later. But what I seen, it was like, man, it was so pitch black, and it just started spreading everywhere. Pitch black. And like you said, some things are symbolic. And I was trying to shake it out, get rid of it. But that little orange thing on the inside of the glass, that was like an igniter because it was like an orange fire color. And whatever was inside that glass bottles of clear, it just started going up in the sky, the whole sky, from like over, like I guess over that what they call the motherland, and we know it's a part of it over in Africa, whatever. It just started spreading like wildfire up in the sky. Everything got clusters of clouds of pitch black, and it wouldn't leave me through my prayer in the midst of my prayer. But just what was it, today or yesterday? I seen that same thing. It wasn't as much as pitch black as I saw it. And I don't know if that's because of all the people that's supposed to be coming to America that they claim as immigrants. So my thing is, what is an immigrant? I mean, they call us immigrants, okay?
Immigrants, this is our land. They came on our land. That's their
immigrants. But this, I'm gonna say this. So since they want to call us immigrants, give us our money. They paying them, pay us. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So y'all want to call us immigrants? Okay, where our check? Cut the check. See, they don't have nowhere to run. They being bussed out everywhere. But so yeah, I seen that smoke again, but it was like something like the up under it, you could see the sky. But the first one I saw, it was covering the whole blue sky. So that means whatever was going on is going to be during the broad daylight, because it was blue sky, and that sky turned pitch black. And it talks about that in Revelation somewhere. But This time I seen as if the top of the sky was still black, but it was like the smoke was clearing, and I seen more of the sky like it was lifting up. So whatever's going on, I just seen that about 2 days ago. Yeah. Or maybe I don't know if it's yesterday or during my prayer today. I can't remember. But I know I just recently saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna just say this about the angel part. Now, we was clowning real bad. We had all the children. It was a project, and we was putting my. It was just man. My my granddaddy used to win every year for having the cleanest apartment.
Mhm.
But I kid you not, I went to the bottom of the barrel when they moved out. I was looking for. I said he got to have one roach in here. I don't know why. Forgive me, y'all, for saying this, but I found one. I did find one, but he was so dusty and dead at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that when we had all the children in the projects, they was like we was all up under the ages of like 11 and 12. We playing booger man, we being misbehaving and everything. And next thing I know, me and my sister we on the let out couch in the front room. And we scream, booger man, booger man. Put the cover on us. The third time we put that cover back, that man was standing right over us like, what y'all doing? He had on a cream color coat to me. My sister said he had on a darker brown color, but now she's saying that never happened and she don't remember. I'm like, okay, but my family and them remember because they showed us a picture of an uncle who I always desired to see, and that was that man. But the thing is, that's why I say you can't say people, going to the grave and hey, they got eternal lives that people are actually living, and he sent them for us to put us in check. And we put everybody out, and we ain't had that problem. And that week, my granddaddy died, but because I always when I stayed up under him, and like BC is funny how he was talking about how he was real close to his granddaddy. I was too. I was man. So whenever we was always on the run like the 12 tribes of Israel. I kid you not, because my daddy was nothing nice, and yeah. From everything, whereas he shot my mother, he did all kinds of stuff. We stayed on the run every 2 to 3 days. We never really stayed at one place. We was always on the go. But and people be looking at me like I had it so easy, and I'm this and that. So they had no idea what I went through. See, they look at my house, they look at what the Father then gave to me and things like that, and they feel like, oh, I'm rich, and I'm living like check to check too. I'm doing the best I
Yeah,
can.
they just see the outside. They don't know
Yeah.
what's going
And
on.
they be like, ooh, you got all this. That's the Father that gave me that. I didn't want to put one red, one more penny. But I know one thing, he's enabled me to keep it up and keep it together. But this stuff is not no ring around the roses. But he's providing for me, and he's getting me through it. And then while he's providing for me, you got these monsters coming from all directions trying to get this property. Because it's so old. It's very old, but you would never believe it was this old if you saw it. But all I can say is I ran from the place after 8 times. I couldn't count. So all I know is so once we did that and when they showed us that man's picture, oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was
you're
definitely
right.
him.
You're right.
That was definitely my uncle. But I always desired to see him. Well, I seen him, and he didn't talk to us. He said it from the mindset. Normally, when you see these people from the other side, they talk to you from the mind, and that's why they say it's the mindset. They don't talk. And all they have no
Telepathy,
good.
Wow, you want to know something
telepathy.
too? You want before I forget? That's crazy.
Look,
That's
they
crazy that you're saying the word uncle because this is like the third day I've been hearing from spirit something about uncle. So I'm trying to figure out. One of my friend actually messaged me about her brother, which is her daughter's uncle, thinking I guess something was going on. But this is like the third day this is the third time I'm hearing uncle. Not the third time, but I've been hearing uncle. Something about an uncle too. So I
wow.
gotta
Yeah,
look
it's
into
something to that. It's something to it then. That's powerful. He communicating with you. That's the universe communicating with you about something. Just
And
like
some people know I posted Uncle Sam and Uncle like about
mm-mm,
last week, so that's
mm.
been on my mind for some reason.
You know what? Get this. Was it November? I kept seeing my birthday like every day or every other day on the clock.
Yeah.
December came, I was seeing it twice. And I was like, man, Father, what are you trying to tell me? So it was really powerful when I read up on it, and it was saying that the universe is in agreement with me.
Oh
See,
yes, yeah.
I be hearing people saying stuff about the universe. I don't know much about that. All I know is that whenever the Father is communicating with me, and you seeing stuff like that, but now I'm starting to see, like in this month, I'm still seeing the 16. It's either like 716 or 916 now. But I'm starting seeing that 1616, and my birthday is on the 16th, 816.
Yeah.
24, and then he showed me like the 24 elders in the Shemaim, and so it's a lot going on. But once I seen that, so now this is the second guy I believe I've seen. He was the first, but he was like the first. I guess the first ones that I never seen none of them. Every time was the first time. But
Yeah.
this one I had got carjacked.
Oh, wow.
And I was in Wisconsin, and it was this girl trying to human traffic, and I had young children. Go ahead, BC. You got something to say, BC?
For me? No.
Oh,
I was muted. I'm okay.
okay.
Y'all go ahead.
So now I'm young, really. I'm like 24 or whatever, and I had my son. He was 3 years old, and my other son probably was about. No, my youngest son, yeah, my youngest son, he was about 3 years old, and the other one, he was probably about maybe 5, whatever, and 5 or 6. All of a sudden, after I got carjacked, I had got a call.
You about to take a whole fucking another hour.
So, hello?
Oh, hello?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, no, my bad.
So,
I had said something.
and we all, we do, but my thing is, right after that, then I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna be done with this. So, right after the car, I get a call from, I guess, the DEA or whatever he was, and so he's like, yeah, they caught the guys. It was 4 of them. And but let me just say this: when I seen the guys that carjacked me, I was like, look, I know who sent y'all, because they looking just like her family. Okay, I knew it. And I was like, look, I don't know what her problem is. I ain't done nothing. I don't know what's going on, but there was slushy outside, and I'm trying to rush to get my guy from work. And I called myself taking a shortcut, but I didn't see these guys, and all of a sudden they came out. If I went down like North Avenue, I'd have been okay, but I took that little way. And then when they pulled me out the car, I'm trying to tell them, I said, look, I know, this, and I'm trying to tell them that I know who they are. They didn't care, so they looked at each other, but they still snatched me out the car because I didn't get a chance to lock my door. I was so busy rushing. Yeah. And so he grabbed me out the car, and then when he punched me, I'm thinking he was a big old dude, big boned dude, like a big old football player. Yeah. And I buckled, and I started asking Father, like, forgive me. Whatever I did, Father, forgive me. I'm sorry, And before I know it, I see them drawing back, finna hit me again, and they got me in a circle like they finna beat me down.
Yeah, wow.
And so she was telling me how she hated her mother and this, that, and the other. They was into, whatever. I think her boyfriend was a pimp or whatever. And I was avoiding her. She was trying to come at my door. I couldn't even open my door. The girl was outside my door everywhere. So all of a sudden, when they did that, next thing I know, I'm thinking about something else that happened to them a little bit before, because they was talking about jumping on this girl that they was jealous of. She was 14 years old. She had a newborn, and I told them, don't do that. And I went to work, and before I know, I said, because if y'all do, I said, it's going to something. I think I said something about that. Something going to happen to their children. It can backfire, because they was talking about busting out the girls' window. I said, that girl got a newborn baby. I said, y'all
Yeah.
don't do that. And so they was like, so we don't care, ooh, this, that, and the other. And I said, y'all, I said, that stuff can backfire and it can hit y'all children. They didn't care. Well, they went on, I went to work, I come back home, they was like, ooh, girl, you should have saw it. I was like, what you mean? They said, they bust out that girl's windows and her whole family pulled them out, said they had them in circles. And so next thing I know, she said, and then all of a sudden, all they babies started having asthma attacks. Every last one of them babies went to the hospital. And the one who I liked the most, he had stayed in the hospital over a week from asthma attacks. And the girl who was in on sending them guys to attack me, her oldest son had a bad asthma attack. So it was crazy. But then now here comes this carjacking. And the DJ told me how they caught them all, and they had 4 dead accidents. And one of the ones who hit me, and the other one, they went through the windshield, and they hit the last vehicle they hit into a pickup truck, and they was in critical condition.
Yeah.
And then later on, they wound up going to prison or jail or whatever for like 15 years. See, the Father don't play. He don't play. When you mess with his anointing, it's so saying, don't touch my anointing. And I was getting dead. Huh?
I said, oh yeah, that's for sure. God don't play about his people.
No, so when I later on, my family, when he told me that they called him, he called me about 4 in the morning, said how they called him and how they in critical condition. They didn't know if they was gonna make it or not, but they wound up going to jail and stuff. And the girl's family came out down on her so hard. Then they found out, what happened, and they started sending checks to my house here in Chicago. They were so sympathetic.
Yeah.
It was deep, but they called her. She wound up going to jail and prison because she was doing other stuff. And people was calling me like, girl, what you do to so-and-so? I said, what you mean? They said, man, police came to my house and they said how she was burning this and doing that and the other. And I said, what? And they was like, saying she was messing with them too. And I said, what? So they was like, they had her in handcuffs and she was crying. But then the families, they were so sympathetic. But I remember she was saying how she didn't get along with her mom. And at the time, I didn't understand how could people not get along with their mother. But now I kind of understood certain things because what I went through experience with my mother hated when I got into this truth. Yeah. But but it was still end on a good thing. But I even knew when she was finna go, when the father was coming to get her. So I dealt with it was before and after. But all I know is.
Yes, sir. Everything's okay.
I took my son to school. I still went and took him to school, preschool, whatever. He was in my oldest. Mm-hmm. And as I'm coming back, it was cloudy and like real cloudy outside. And right before I got less than a half a block from my house, I'm walking up against this brick wall. And I heard the Father in my spirit say, hey, girl, you called on me. And I stood in my tracks and I raised up my hands. I gave him praise and the sun came out. And I was so grateful. And so as I went in, I had to go basically to the aid office. I had to go back out, and I left the neighbor who was tricking and telling. She was tracking giving the guys and everybody my every move. So I left her with my youngest son. It's crazy. She was babysitting my youngest son because her son's in them, and she telling them everything, where I'm going and everything. That's why I knew she had to be the one to tell them where I went. So when I went to aid office, I seen them guys come up in the aid office and I was still like messed up in the head and the wreck and stuff. And all of a sudden, when I seen them guys come up in there, they had shotguns, y'all. I kid you not. And next thing I know, because I think they was like from out of California or something, and they was just trying to do some human trafficking. And before I know it, they was bold enough to come up. Y'all hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
So now I'm like, the guy, one of his soldiers he sent up in there, he had a shotgun, and you could see the shotgun up under his trench coat. It was a cream. And so I'm sitting around like this round thing pavilion, and I kid you not, that's why I see them scriptures in that pavilion. He had you on the secret place of his pavilion. I truly was sitting up under like a pavilion, had me like a big old round pole. And I'm waiting on them, and before I know, I said, "Oh man, they here to get me." I said, "You know what? Ain't nowhere to run and hide. I'm not gonna be living my life like this. You know, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go." So I got up out my seat and went and confronted this guy in his face. But I could have touched his nose. That's how close I got up in his face. If the Father didn't put no scales over that man's eyes, I don't know who did it. He looking all around me. He did not see me, y'all. He did not see me. He didn't even hear me.
Yeah.
He did not hear me. I was like, get it over with. Yeah, I seen the gun hanging out, up under his coat. He was holding the big old shotgun. And I
Yeah.
was like, and I seen the guy who was in there with, the guy's man and stuff. And right, he was still overlooking me, and I'm looking like. Then they called my name, and I went to the back of the aid office, and I really basically like collapsed. I was such a wreck,
Yeah.
and so I was telling the guy, man, call the police, get me out of here. These guys, they here to kill me. And I was still a dirt. And he was like, he wasn't even worried about me, he wasn't thinking about me. And so he got through with me, and now it's time for me to go back out on the other side. I ain't seen nowhere in sight. So now I'm standing outside waiting on the bus. All before I know it, it was this tall guy. Here go where the angel come in at. He had on a long army trench coat color. It was an army. Get it? Army. The color of an army.
Yeah.
And it was a
Fatigue.
long, and he was slim and tall, like 7 feet tall too. Real close cut hair. And I'm standing up inside this little, like you know how you trying, like if you're trying to keep from getting rain, you up in like the little the doorway. It's like a double door, but it's sealed off. It don't open. And I'm sitting up under there, and it's like all of it, nothing but brick wall, and it's like this aid off is nothing but long brick walls from each end. There's nowhere to just disappear so fast. And the bus stop right there,
Yeah.
so I'm steady waiting on, and then all of a sudden he just appeared. I don't know where he came, but he just appeared. So I'm steady waiting on the bus. I'm waiting on the bus, and all of a sudden he on my right side, and he bent down and looked me in my face, and he said, our Father has tens of thousands of angels. And I looked him back up in the face, and I said, I know. And I turned my head to look for the bus. Within a second, I turned back, and he was gone. He was gone, and I knew, because there's nowhere in the world he could have disappeared that fast. Those walls at the public ain't brick. You can't it wasn't no doors, no nothing there. He couldn't have disappeared that quick. You had to walk. Just as quick as I turned my head, just as quick as I turned him back. He was gone. And he had on, it did show me how he had on, and I'm just thankful, the Father, he'll protect his children when he loves them, no matter what they try to do. His
Come back.
intention. Yeah. Oh, she
That
sounds
turned
so
out to
much
be a
like.
disaster for me. Man,
What
we
happened?
didn't end up
You okay?
going, so we didn't end up going. I don't know, kids and the situation I have to like live in. It's a little difficult, but it's making me very strong of a person. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The Father's intentional,
It's
like I
like
said.
one thing after another.
Yep.
Trying to
Sometimes
knock me off my square, and I ain't having it. Like I refuse it.
you know what, you're close
So
to
I'm
something.
back.
Throwing a distraction at you. You're close to something. So just hold
Oh,
on,
I know.
because
Well, I
it's
want to know why. I was on Google Maps the other day, okay, and I looked 2 years ago, mind you, and this was not like this. I go on my Google Maps, and my neighbor's house is completely blurred out. It's all blurred out. And I zoomed in and I could read it said 2021. I've never seen nothing like that in my entire life. I'd like to know what the heck that means.
what you mean blowed out?
It's blurred out.
Oh,
The neighbor's
blurred.
house,
Oh
all
wow.
blurred out. I have it on my page. Yeah.
Mm.
It's weird. It's really like awkward. Like you can see when you blow up, you can see like how it's even at a
Yeah.
square point at the top where they did it. Like, what are you trying to hide? They don't do that on Google Maps. You can go to Antarctica and blow up all kinds of different crap. Nothing's ever blurred out.
Well, y'all,
So,
that's my time, because I got to go into this other session. I was supposed to go there about 30 minutes ago, but it's been a real joy. And BC, salute, royalties, all of you all, continue to keep us strengthened, and much love to you all. Barakins upon Barakins. Shalom, shalom.
Time back
Hey
to
everybody.
you, sister.
yeah.
I am
I
out.
see it's light there. It's awfully bright there
Huh?
and light. It's awfully bright and
Wait,
light there, brother. I see.
yeah,
It
in the
doesn't look like that
nighttime,
here. Yeah, I
It
see what's
doesn't.
going on. I see. It's kind of dark here. I know what the hell's going on. I'm no dummy. I know it. You guys think I
Hey,
know you little people you've been here to lead us. Bring us home. I know it. I know it all.
I want to get y'all back on tomorrow. I'm out, and my thing is at 10%. That y'all was hitting it hard. So if y'all don't mind, y'all tell me or Elizabeth or Melanie or Juanita when y'all want to come on. What time is good for y'all? Same time, or let me know what time is good for everybody, and we can finish a part two. How that sound?
That's fine with me.
Sherry? I mean Cherie? I gotta get it right. Cherie.
Sherry.
Hi.
She's still
Hello.
Cherie.
there like always.
And I know Juanita gonna say yes. I know Elizabeth gonna say yes. And more women. Y'all got more women.
Yes,
If you
yes,
just want to come
yes,
on, you see
yes.
how they just hit the screen like that. You don't gotta be seen, but you gotta be heard because how we gonna know you up here? But if you just want to listen and just be with one of y'all friends, that's fine because that's what we have this for battered women. You know what I'm saying? Get out of this polygamy stuff. We do it the real Hebrew way. We out here in the streets. I'm in Haines City, Winter Haven, Lakeland, Hope County, Orange County. I'm known. We go state to state. We're trying to reach out nation to nation. So we do this, you know. So we do it so good that the government get upset when the little guy come up and all he's trying to do is share the wealth of the pot. So I will get with y'all tomorrow, Lord's will. Y'all got any closing remarks before I close? Anybody got anything else they want to say?
Thank you,
Just
Brother
for that, love you
BC.
guys. And thank you for everything that you've really done. Truly. I mean, it will always be in my heart in a little lost place.
I
It's
gotta say thank
beautiful.
you to y'all. I can't do it without y'all, man. Together, we together, we gonna move thousands and millions. I'm happy with the team that the Most High gave me, and everybody how everybody gets along, everybody learned different, and everybody put the pieces of the puzzle together instead of stepping on each other. So, men, I'm calling you out. Y'all see the title. So, we got the children, they in unity. All right. We got the women out here moving the mountains
Look
in unity.
green.
All right. I got my faithful few men too, but we want some more. And definitely it's a lot of you women out there that's just as strong, but you've been abused with words. You've been tricked with sorcery that you like beneath. That's why I like how Elizabeth said that. Man, I ain't behind you. I ain't under you. We equal. That's what the Lord said. So that's all I put there. No matter your faith or if it's all, then you are win. That represent all. So that's what we
I
that's what
think
message I
I think what we should do in order to help like the ones that are here right now and been here to help us grow. I was thinking maybe we should give a testimony so you can better. You probably already know everything already though. Oh man,
got parts that I don't got. And we together. That's why I always say together. See, we've been abused so much that we can't. We see Christ different from us. No, he kept saying, "Wherever I am, so are you." So I'm saying, whatever I know, so do you. That's why we flock together. And we no other kind of way. You are equal with me, even though you're not my wife. Y'all are all equal with me. That's why we're this tight. You know what I'm saying? We have a relationship bond where we send each other spiritual telepathical messages. We don't just call on the phone like, hey, what's up? Y'all got my number, but most of the time we only connect spiritual. Oh, I love
And
that. Great minds that think like me. So when I vanish, like we talk about
that
Sister
is
Becky Smith,
beautiful. Even
it,
Yahweh
it's not
boy,
weird.
I'll be bawling and he'll just come on and it'll say live. Then it won't say live. Then it'll be live. I'm like, I know what you're doing, but
in
it's
unity as
beautiful.
one. It's great to be
We,
together.
yeah. I seen something. Yeah, my wife was like, "Please don't tell the little baby." But I'm sorry, y'all. So y'all understand. So that's why I like it, and we're gonna do a lot more. Y'all got y'all husbands. I applaud them. And most of y'all, I tell your king Tell your husband I said we appreciate, because just by him letting you be around another male figure, you don't understand the value of how hard that is. You know what I'm saying? Trust on a social media, all kinds of nights. You know what I'm saying? Like calling on the phone, booty hours. Let's just be real. All right, he may
Oh,
not
I
say
get
it to
it,
you,
'cause
but
I know
he
it.
be like,
You've had to go
you
through
know what I'm saying?
before.
I'm a man.
Same
I'm
deal.
telling you the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So my wife, I trust my wife. I don't trust others. So, you know, that's why I tell your kings and husbands, I shout them out on the lives, because I'm a man. I know how it is. Man, the heck, my woman over here, you know, I used to see my grandma would argue with my granddad to go to the refrigerator to get him some water, but pastor come, she jump up out the bed. That don't look right, you know what I'm saying? So I make sure I let the husband know I stay in my lane, you know, all that extra stuff, that's not me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just old school like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm a new school, old school body. So I appreciate all of y'all up there. Like I said, y'all husbands, that's a very valuable thing. That's not to be taken lightly or granted. Like I said, I'm a man and I have my thoughts too. You know what I'm saying? I really actually like that guy like that. So you're hearing it from me. Not jealous acts, just, you know, make you get on your stuff. My mama used to always
If they
told
got
me,
pride and ego, it kind of will mess with that too.
right,
Then,
right.
yeah.
But what you don't do, she got a friend that will do. You know what I'm saying? Like, not nothing like cheating on you, nothing like if you don't listen. That's why she like Nick. Nick, listen. Nick could be the corniest cornball ever, but Nick, listen. So in her mind, he's 100%. So her action is gonna show, and you're gonna be like, "Yo, what's up with that? Well, it's you, nigga. Listen." And your wife
It's
would
the
be all up your
spirit.
booty hole. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I had to learn. I'm talking about my wife was nagging when the Bible say the reflection of a man is his woman. So she's nagging because she see potential in me that I don't see in myself. I had to understand to take that. That's when I understood we equal. All right. So that's when I understood that the father, it says heavenly father, but when it get to the mother, it says she's the mother of all life and she's holy. That's a big discrepancy right there. To be mother of all life is not a representative of life. Christ represents life. God the Father represents life. But when they talk about that Holy Spirit, it says she's the mother of all life. So that means she birthed what? What represents life. And that's the hard pill for these religious people to swallow because of what they taught. They taught that King James, you know what he was in his life, and he put it in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And did a terrible job of hiding the great mother. So that's why I appreciate y'all. Y'all are mothers. Some of y'all are single. Some of y'all are stepmothers that look at yourselves as mothers. You're supposed to do that. God put you in a position. That's like almost adoption right there. But it's spirit led. So, you know, I look at all kinds of stuff and I see that God put y'all all around me. I'm a family man. I don't go cheating. I don't even flirt. You know what I'm saying? And so, y'all seen the posters my wife put? Yeah, man. So, you know, that's why the scripture says it's best to sleep on the rooftop. You know what I'm saying? Then, and be with the dragon. Now, God sleep with dragons, all right? And he told us as men, don't even sleep in the same house as your wife when she's mad. And two things he told us to study: scripture and study your wife. Let that marinate, men,
That's
before you
why I
start
had
jaw jacking.
that one thirsty girl on there. I had to school her. Oh, are we done? Okay.
Oh, no. I thought you was going to go. I thought
No,
you was going
I
to
just
be
remember
speaking.
this one that was on your post, some thirsty girl, whatever. And I had to get on there and I had to give her a little schooling, you know. Yeah, don't mess with his wife. You better get your thirsty butt off here. You got the wrong one. Yeah. Yeah, it can be crazy. D-
See,
I'm
y'all?
starting to know what I got famous on Facebook means or whatever. Yeah.
That's the
Didn't want it.
melody I be talking about in my videos. I be like, I be seeing Big Shit Doll. I be cracking up. Her and Laurie. Laurie, man, she be putting the titles, man. She be hitting the center of it right here. There she goes. Laurina James. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna mess her name up like that. But Miss
Yeah.
Laurie, man, when she go reshare, you too, Melanie. Melanie, like
Oh,
me,
I
she write
know. I need to be a
paragraphs.
Hallmark reader.
She write paragraphs like I do.
My mom
But
used to always
Lori,
say that. You're like a Hallmark reader. It just flows. I don't know. It's the whole, it's spirit.
I'm telling you, all y'all, even though I be inviting y'all to the platform, y'all be scared. The Lord be telling me, but one day you ain't gonna be scared. And you gonna be like, Brother BC, can I go on the platform? I have so many people, I'm gonna have to start making dates. So thank y'all for coming. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. There's a lot of noise where I am. I can't control that. I'm trying to leave and go home. I'm an old guy. It's past my bedtime. It's nighttime. And Melanie telling on me because the daylight still shining. So, Shalom Baraka, everybody. Ishay, Shalom. Happy Shabbat. Thank y'all,
Goodbye,
ladies.
everybody.
Lionesses.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. 2 fingers in the air.
Take care.